Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dax Shepard, and I'm joined by Monica Padman.
Hi.
We had a major babe on today. Whoa.
MB.
Oh, major babe. Timothy Olyphant, Emmy-nominated actor, Justified, Hitman, Santa Clarita Diet, Deadwood, and his new series out now on FX, Alien Earth, which, of course, is written by Noah Hawley.
Yep. Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, about the best writer out there doing it.
Yeah.
I'm putting this in the Alexander Skarsgård bucket of dudes that just came in here and were as playful as a goddamn kitten with a ball of yarn.
That's right.
Please enjoy Timothy Olyphant.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair.
Oh, we have the hoster here. How are you? I will do, let's do a little mint tea.
Nice.
What are you doing?
I'm going to do...
What are you doing?
I'm going to do a latte, whole milk.
I would like a cortado, please.
Nice.
Really sharp.
We knew mint tea wasn't right.
No.
We knew it
feel
in our
right.
hearts.
Yeah.
Why did you request mint tea? Is that what you always drink? From you to switch from mint tea to horchata, what did you say?
No, cortado.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because my thought process was simply, it's going to come in a paper cup with a lid, and that's not going to be as nice an experience as in a mug with like honey and the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I immediately just switched to like, oh no, when in Rome, this is what you want to get from. I don't know where we're ordering from, but it feels like
Arby's.
it's the kind of place.
Have you had their coffee yet?
So good. Right? Imported from Italy.
The beef and cheddar.
So good.
Combo platter with a latte.
I'll be honest with you, it's less about the tea. I just love a prop.
I do too. Something in your hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm a
with you.
sucker for a prop.
Have you ever got to smoke in anything?
It's the best.
There's nothing better. There's no acting to be done. You get that back.
If you can smoke or eat in any eating is just like,
But then do you spit it out or do you...
it doesn't matter. It's the process. It's like the chewing the smallest thing.
Okay.
And it just immediately makes you a better actor.
I got to smoke in Let's Go to Prison, and it was a run and gun production, right? So
Right.
we're shooting several, pages a day.
Yeah.
And it does turn pretty quickly from like, I was a pack and a half a day smoker at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm up to like a 3.5 pack just because of the scenes and retake and
boy.
relight. And by the end of it, I was like, well, I quit. I quit smoking at the end of that movie.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's a win.
Do you do the herbal ones or you go real?
I haven't done a real cigarette in a production in a long time. I did one, I did a play years ago. Oh my gosh. David Sedaris. I did a Sedaris thing and I smoked a
Santaland
cigarette
Diaries.
every night. As I
Santaland
recall, I think there was a cigarette involved in that. Yeah, there was a whole thing. It was and I used to go out and smoke a cigarette every night. It was kind of look forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, you would have never been an actual smoker because your life was committed to athletics.
I was committed, yeah.
I mean, truly, you couldn't have been a smoker and
I
a
didn't know
fucking
this.
national swim champ.
Whoa, that's cool.
I'll take you there. I'll take you there.
Take me.
I think a champ is a little over,
Well,
you went too far.
You were I
went
want to
too
say
far.
you were a runner-up in the 86 Nationals. That's the actual year.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That can't be true.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
incredible.
big deal.
I'm not saying it's not nothing.
I haven't been in the finals of anything.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. She's
Well,
a state champ.
Really?
I am two-time state champ.
You're not
And what
shy.
was the sport? What's sport for
Competitive cheerleading.
competitive cheerleading?
Mhm.
High flyer.
Yeah, I was flying,
Really
tumbling.
dangerous.
Very dangerous.
When did you start that?
Started in 8th grade.
8th grade.
And then, I was on the squad my junior and senior year, and we won both years.
How about that?
Yeah.
Where from?
Georgia. And then what was
it's a
kind
big
of,
deal there.
It's
then.
a huge
it's like
deal.
a whole thing.
Yeah, that's why it felt really good.
It's the equivalent of polo in Nantucket.
It was a blessing because the Georgia overall SAT scores were too low. Like the state's SAT scores were on average too low. So we weren't allowed to go to nationals.
Wait, they were
like-
penalizing you personally for the state average?
Yeah, like no one in the state of Georgia could go to nationals because the state average SAT score. So, but it was a blessing because then it was just like we were the best. Like we couldn't then go to the next stage and lose. That was the best we could do, and we did it.
Oh, this is a detail of the story I've heard
is
this story
fantastic.
150 times, Timothy. And this, you just brought out a weird layer of honesty, which is, you've just told me you were champs 2 years in a row. You didn't
State
tell me.
champs.
Okay.
State
Didn't
champs.
say
Okay.
idiots.
Of the idiots.
You did not say of the,
Well, sure, you guys won it. You weren't going to class.
yeah.
Everyone else was going to
Exactly.
class. They
That's
were handicapped
right.
by actually doing their studies.
Correct.
You ladies were phoning it in, guys and girls, co-ed?
Yeah,
What-
co-ed.
Yeah.
It's not like the SAT scores of the cheerleaders. It's
I know.
every single person in the state. The average was too low to take
GPA, not the SAT.
SAT.
Your SAT scores?
Now I'm worried.
Yeah, I think it's
Into-
now I'm
yeah,
worried
I think you're
wrong.
right. They wouldn't do a state. But let me say
Maybe
this.
you're right.
There's almost never an occasion to say, once again, the few have bore the burden of
Right.
the many.
Okay.
Okay, the saying is, once again, the many have bore the burden of the few.
Well, I think that's
This is the
you're
opposite because,
right,
like,
you're
the
right.
state fucked you guys up.
But again,
this handful
they
of people.
did, but I choose to look at it as a positive because we did the best we could possibly do. We
Yes.
won state. We couldn't do anything more than that.
Mm-hmm. What are the rest of those idiots up to these days?
I don't know. I'm not.
Really?
I really separated myself from
Distance.
all of them.
Really?
No, they're
Are you in
great.
touch with any of the squad? We're going to call them a squad.
Let's call them a squad.
Are you in touch with any of the squad?
I just want to flag something. I want you to be careful because he's doing what he does. It's happening. It's
You're
happening
dumb.
full throttle. It's happening full throttle
I
right
did-
out of the gate. I want to see
Wow.
what shape it would take.
Wow.
But this is his
Listen,
shape.
I'm just asking.
He
if
does
you're in touch
everything he
with the
can to
squad.
never talk about himself. I've
Are
now
you
watched
in the
1,000 interviews with you, and I know it's
Oh,
happening.
this is interesting.
Yes.
You're a
These are three
deflector.
people talking. Rob, we're going to include you. There's four of us. We're in here. We're chatting.
We're chatting.
And we're just being humans.
And it'd
Thank
be your
you.
preference that we just kept it a light chat and we don't find out
That's
anything about
fine.
old T.O.
Listen, this is your show. Okay. Now, put aside the fact that the guest was here first.
Yeah.
It's still.
That's part of it. I want you to get comfortable before
that's
you're
right.
before you're intimidated by my biceps. I want you to be able to sit down and relax and not feel threatened.
Now I can't take my eyes off him. Now look at that. I can't take my
Yeah.
eyes off him. All right, we're letting it go. We're gonna let's not talk about the squad.
We're not gonna.
Yeah.
Give us one squad member. Just what's one squad member doing?
Who's the guy? I'll let you in on something that's really fascinating. And I said to her early on as we were chatting about this history, I said, you're up in the air like that and the people are catching you. And sometimes it's willy-nilly. Did they ever catch you by the pussy? And Monica said, yeah, it happens all the time. And we had people write in like any high flyer they're going to have to get caught occasionally on accident. So that's the member of the squad I think we should honor if we're going to honor someone.
I think that's a great idea. And we
Thank
should put
you.
this on your Wikipedia page. Champion cheerleader, occasionally caught by the pussy.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
But kept it moving and won 2 titles. So who caught you? Who caught you?
Some of them most of them are women.
Oh.
And then we have we had a co-ed squad. So now we're really off the rails.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
let's shout out
This is
one
called-
person.
Oh, let's hear it.
Kendall Morgan.
Oh, what an
Kendall?
athlete. Yeah.
Kendall Morgan. Incredible athlete.
Dumbest girl on this good one.
You know what?
Is she the one that hurt?
He's a very smart male.
He.
I went the same place you
I
did.
understand.
She just said women caught her. And then she said, Kendall.
My bad.
I feel like she
I
led us
wasn't listening.
to the slaughter on that one.
As I do.
I don't listen. This is what my wife tells me. You need to listen. Okay, what's Kendall up to?
Kendall is running another cheerleading gym, has an all-star gym, doing fantastic.
She
Love
stayed
him.
in it.
He stayed in it. He's with us.
Yeah, I'm kind of with your wife now.
God damn it.
Okay, I'm gonna
We'll
give
settle in.
I'll give you one other out before we get into your childhood. I really, truly would not expect you to remember this because as I did the math today, I think this was about 17 years ago. Do you remember having dinner with me? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, who's at the table?
Okay, it was before the Soho House had opened officially. And I think you and
Yes.
Kristen had the same agent at that time. Tracy, did you used to have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Tracy invited you and her to the Soho House before it opened.
Here in LA.
Yeah, but like they
Yeah.
were doing like soft opening, right?
They had really cool furniture.
Yes, it was gorgeous. It was
That's what I
breathtaking.
remember about that.
So we went and it was Kristen and I and it was you and your wife and then it was the agent.
Wait, it's the 5 of us?
Yeah.
That's pretty intimate.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a big reason why I would remember it more than you.
Okay.
And I was hoping maybe you would remember this aspect. Kristen got up early on in the meal and went and disappeared for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then she returned with an enormous bag of ice and then subtly passed it to me under the table. Do you remember that?
No. What?
Okay. Because at that point it came out. That's the fucking date we were on our way to.
Oh, it's a bad backstory.
On our way there, a guy crossing the street in front of the chateau chucked a drink like this big at the windshield of my car. And I pulled the e-brake as it was shattering, got out of the car, and fought a dude in front of that newsstand on Sunset. And I had kicked him in the head, and I really hurt my leg bad. And Kristen was very disappointed and mad at me because I was in a fight in a suit on the way to this nice dinner with her agent and a very esteemed actor. And so when we got there, we were dealing with the fact that I had just beat a guy up on the sidewalk. She's very disappointed. She's questioning, who have I just become partnered up with?
This is the beginning of your relationship?
Yeah, we're like probably a year in. And then she, to her credit, despite all that, was like, he's hurt. I'm going to handle this. And went and got this bag of ice and handed it to me, even though I know she was so mad at me. So it was quite a night for us.
Wow, that's quite a moment.
And I was curious if you...
God, I'm very disappointed in myself.
Well, I would love it if you did have some memory of like, what was the funny business happening with the under the table stuff?
God, how crazy is that?
Yeah, that was a very memorable
That's the
night.
beginning of your guys' relationship?
It was probably like a year in.
A year in?
Yeah. I've changed though. She bet on the right.
This is workable.
I came in with a pretty visible limp.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
You probably thought she had some stomach issues.
Yeah.
Because that's what you would normally think if
Yeah.
someone leaves a dinner table for 5 to 10 minutes, comes back with ice because maybe she's sweating from the situation.
Or covering from the fact that she had harness.
Yeah, and so you were just being nice by being like, I'm not going to pay attention to this.
That's all a blur.
Oh, do you prefer Tim or Tim?
Tim's fine.
Tim's nice.
Yeah.
Is it fine or is it preferred?
No, I don't care. I like
you
both.
like both. Okay.
I like both.
So Tim, why were mom and dad in Honolulu?
Mm.
That's my first curiosity.
Wow. Look at that.
He's going to ask about cheerleading again.
Pass.
Okay.
No.
Next question.
My dad was working for Del Monte.
Oh, okay. And they were making the bananas down there or
I
something?
don't know. But
Okay.
he was working for Del Monte.
Oh.
That's I believe what took us to Hawaii.
Okay. And you were 2 when you guys went to Modesto?
Yeah, we went to the Philippines after that, and then I think also Del Monte, and then Modesto.
Okay.
Natural progression.
It's
all my high
cliche,
school
really.
buddies. Hawaii,
It's cliche.
Philippines,
Yeah.
Modesto.
By way of Manila. That could be a good memoir. Modesto by way of Manila.
It's not as good as occasionally grabbed by the pussy.
No, hers is going to top yours.
USA cheerleading.
Yes.
Occasionally grabbed by the
That's
pussy.
right.
I want to see that on bumper
I need
stickers
to go
all
ahead
across
and
the
like
state
get
of
a
Georgia.
copyright on that or something. Someone's going to want to steal that.
Trump already has it, unfortunately, but you know.
It's a little play on that.
Yeah, it is.
So did dad go to take this job at Gallo? Is that why you guys moved there? Or did they have any kind of roots there?
I should know this. No roots. Although my mom's family was in the Bay Area, up in like Oakland area.
Okay.
So not far from home where she grew up.
Yeah. And what's the vibe in Modesto?
Did you see American Graffiti?
Yeah. Is that where it was shot?
George grew up in Modesto.
Oh, okay.
Lucas. And so it was about Modesto. It was about his childhood. And I always felt like that was pretty much our childhood, just uglier cars.
So for people who have not seen it, like me.
Cruising, orchards. I mean, it's much
Americana.
more sprawl now. When I was there, it was quite a quaint. You know, when you hear about the declining middle class, a lot of times in certain bubbles, you're like, oh, I understand it in theory. If you go to Modesto, you feel it.
Mhm.
Because those little neighborhoods that we all grew up in were so idyllic at the time, surrounded by orchards and canals.
Yeah.
Now they're less idyllic.
Yeah.
But when I was there, it was like, I think when I was in the 70s, it was like less than 100,000 people.
And it's a company town? Is it like most of the people there work for Gallo, the winery?
Gallo, I think Safeway was there for years. I don't know if they still are, but Gallo obviously still is. And and then it's agriculture.
Yeah, they did $3.1 billion in agriculture sales last year, Modesto, as a thing. But I got bad news for you. They were the number one most per capita car thefts in 2012.
boy.
Modesto?
Yes. So I'm like, I'm reading all this and I'm like,
Wow.
what is this place? I
Yeah.
need to know. Tim's
yeah,
got to
yeah.
tell me what is the
I
vibe
have
there.
a very fond memories of growing up there, and a lot of I still have buddies there, and my mom's still there. I still go. I do go back much less than I have, but I still enjoy going back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the age gap between you and your brothers?
Older brother's a little over 2 years, younger brother a little over 3 years.
Does the middle child kind of archetype, do you feel like you identify with it?
I'm like the well-balanced one.
You're the well-balanced one. Uh-huh.
I'm getting middle child vibes.
Yeah, I'm a middle
Really?
child as
Yeah.
well.
All right, you're middle?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've been ruminating on it a lot.
Really?
Really, just recently. Because I realized that when I was a kid, there was a lot of chaos on either end of the age spectrum. There was
Yeah.
a baby and a teenager.
Yeah.
They were both nuts. And I just hid. I was like, I hid a lot. I was pretty solitary. I
Yeah.
just would get out of the chaos. And I'm now realizing that I live with 3 women and 2 of them are starting to have a lot of hormones. I'm having a lot of like, I couldn't place it, but I'm like, oh, I know this feeling. This is like, I want to go hide sometimes.
Oh,
And then I was wondering if you related to any of those middle child things.
I do think there was a upside of being like, your older brother and his friends can pick on you, but you can pick on your younger brother's friends, and then you can bully him. And you do get to play a lot of the roles, and you also can easily bounce back and forth, like in terms of spending time with, you can age up or age down. And you
Yeah.
can you have these different, so I felt like in some degree, it was a nice little spot to be in between the 3 of us. And I read this fascinating years ago about how older siblings and siblings, can be so vastly different. And, I don't understand this. We grew up in the same house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But of course, you really didn't grow up in the same house. Like you realize, if my older brother describes these sort of significant chapters in his life, they're vastly different than mine and very vastly different than my younger brothers.
Yeah.
They really grew up in completely different worlds.
Because of the socioeconomic changes or the way they parented.
You could just say my older brother, he had 2 younger siblings. He left, his parents divorced at 15, 16 years old. He
Yeah.
went off to
Yeah.
college, right? My younger brother can say he had 2 older brothers. His parents divorced when he was like 12 or 11.
Right.
And we both took off, and he was there, high school, living with my mom.
In this
going-
whole new configuration.
completely on his own. I never had that
Yeah.
experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Just those significant, like a divorce at 12 versus 15, 16, they mean vastly different things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which do you think is worse? Do you think one is
No,
worse?
I don't know.
than
That all sucks. I haven't seen the divorce where you're like, that's where you want to hit it.
I would argue mine, which
Really?
was I was 3, so I don't have any memory of nothing was missing because I didn't remember them being
But
a
don't
unit.
they all, in some degree, scar you in some significant way?
Well, the
because you're
stepdads that arrive do, yeah.
Sure.
They do all
Sure.
this. They take on the scar.
Yeah, but there must be, this is me being pop psychologist, but
Yeah.
there must be a thing like, well, if your parents divorce when you're that young, that you feel somehow, well, I guess all kids do. Yeah, you
Responsible.
feel like, oh, I showed up and I broke up their
Mhm.
marriage,
I think if you were older and you could understand
which in this
that,
case, probably true.
might have been true. I was colicky. My father and I clashed from the second I arrived. It's quite likely.
I do think with middle children, you guys aren't handed an identity. The older sibling is handed an identity. They're like, they have to be in charge. The parents are afraid for their first kid,
Oh, yeah.
right? They don't know what they're doing. There's like way too much attention on
Sure.
them.
And now having had 3 kids, you see how much the first child, you're like, what's she doing now? What's going on now?
Exactly.
Look at this. Oh, she's never done that before.
Yes.
The third one, you're like, where did we leave the third one? Do we have to go back to
Yeah.
that cocktail party? Because where's the third one?
Yeah.
Very home
And probably
alone.
100th amount of pictures taken of the third one that there was the first one.
Oh my, yeah.
And they're just always in pictures with other people, at least.
Right.
Like they're immediately connected
They
to
never
other
get their
people.
time.
Yeah.
But a middle child kind of has to like make their own identity, I think.
Even now as adults, when you get caught talking to them about like, you tell the oldest, like, I remember the first time we used to take you to the park and the first time you made it across. And then the youngest one is like, when did I first go across? And you're like, did you go across?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Honey,
I'm Tim.
Honey, come on. I don't remember Dax. How can I remember your childhood? Fucking terrible.
But even that is an identity, like being little and people, I don't know, but the middle kid, I think, is a little bit lost until they decide, like, this is me.
Yeah, but one part that you just made me think might have been really fun with your dynamic, them being spaced like that 2 years,
Yeah.
is I think a lot of times, or at least I felt this way, it's like when you get around like 11 or 12, you're starting to do like big kid stuff and you want to be older and you want to be kind of autonomous and show you're starting to become a man. And then you still pine for like playing with Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
But you feel like a wimp if you do. But if you have a little brother, you can like bounce in back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, we had a ball.
And were the Oliphants a formidable group of boys in like junior high and high school? Like, did people know better than to mess with one of them?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay.
But you know, my brothers were, you know, my older brother was cool, and I mean, I think both of them were just cool, kind of amongst the cool
They
crowd.
were.
With yeah, they're good. But they were like, we weren't like on the football and baseball. You know, we weren't those guys either.
Right.
We were like, my older brother played tennis, and I
you
swam, and Matt played water polo.
Okay, so still
those are
athletes,
three.
scholar athletes.
We grew up next to a Modesto swim and racket club, literally next door. So we basically were raised by, you know, the lifeguards and
It was
tennis coaches.
childcare.
It was just free. Well, I mean, whatever the membership was, but yeah, we were there all day long.
What kind of niche were you in high school? I mean, you were a swimmer. That's interesting in itself. Like, we're similar age, so that you had burnouts when I was growing up. You had like
the
nerds, burnouts, jocks.
Fred C. Beyer High School in the 80s, we had the smoking section was right out front.
Nice.
At the flagpole. It was one of my favorite. Is it the flagpole? But it was right there at drop out, like where parents are dropping off their freshmen, where all these kids in leather jackets and like smoking. That was the entrance to the school.
Wow.
They were green. They were like the
So
greeters at Walmart.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
I was lucky. I was like, you know, I was a bit of an artsy, fartsy guy a little bit. And then, so I had a little bit of a connection with that kind of group. But then I was an athlete. So I had, you know, and all my buddies were a lot of athletes.
You were funny already, yeah.
I guess so. I don't think I won any of those things. Like,
superlative.
but I feel like I was like runner up in like 3 or 4.
Yeah, like the 86 Nationals. The theme of your life.
I think I was runner up.
I think you were. Well, you were in the finals.
Yeah, it was short course national. It's not that big a deal. It's not the same as the summer.
Okay, and now I don't know a ton about. I don't know anything about swimming, but the 200-meter medley.
I appreciate the prep, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
No. Thank you.
It's my honor and my pleasure. You do 4 different kinds of swims in that?
The 200 individual medley is, so you're swimming 4 strokes, fly back, breast free.
Yeah.
And if it's meters, it's a single length. And if it's short course, but for the Olympics, it's 200 is a lap of fly, back, breast free, 400 up and back. 400, arguably, the most, by many people's standards, the most difficult event.
It is. Well, that makes sense.
You're doing all the things for
And
a
for the
longer
long
period
things,
of time.
and it's pretty long.
Yeah, quarter
And it's
mile or
brutal.
something.
Is that what it is? Sure.
I think so.
1,500
1,200
a
feet,
mile.
1,320 is a. Okay. Anyways, listen, I'm not trying to show off. What I'm trying to get to is there's a clue there.
What's the clue?
You know what?
What are we getting at?
I got defensive. I go quarter mile, and you're like, "Is it a quarter mile?" And then now I gotta come over the top.
No, you're right.
And I apologize, and that was a bad side of my personality.
You're doing great.
No, I'm new to this. I'm new to this.
I am not talking to the guy who got out of the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I am not talking. It's like,
guy.
I feel safe.
I'm going to attempt to make a thematic judgment of your life based on that one event.
Oh,
Do you want to hear it?
I can't. Can you imagine? No.
Okay, let's talk about Cornelius
No,
Vanderbilt.
I do. I want to hear it.
I'm going to pretend to be interested. No.
I would argue.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's a fisherman seeing another fisherman at sea. That sounds like a great event if you don't actually want to be a specialist in any one thing.
Oh. Okay.
Like, and I think that's been my approach to life a little bit. It's like, I'm pretty good at some things. And if I put together the right combination of things, now we've gotten ourselves into a winning position.
You're saying perhaps it's a metaphor. And I'm not going to take offense here, but I think, is he saying that's what you are as an adult as well? You're not really a
You're not
specialist.
A
specialized.
generalist.
But you're,
But
this
generalist is not a
This is why
pejorative.
this is a
It's
big
not.
compliment.
Yeah. The best of us are generalists.
Yes.
That's
Oh, really?
Yes. A
think
common
so.
thing is people idealize and jerk off to specialists. But in fact, if you look at who has changed the world, it's
a
really
strong visual.
It's generalists.
I like it. I like it. I like that you're thinking.
Let me
Either
give
way.
you my example. I won every year. This is so stupid and embarrassing. The only thing I ever won growing up was the obstacle course.
Okay.
Because you had to be pretty good at all the little things, but not spectacular at any one of them. Like I had to run pretty fast, but I wasn't going to win a sprint. You had to
Okay.
jump pretty high.
What years are we talking about?
Elementary school.
When you say you won every year.
every year in elementary school, we had metric day, which is why I knew how long.
So your
four-
first through sixth grade,
yeah.
that was your thing every year.
Oh, I won it every year. And it's
Yeah.
the only thing I ever won.
Yeah, okay.
And then lo and behold, my kid won an obstacle course. And I'm like, it's in our genes.
Really?
I think. Yes.
Nice.
I was thinking this too before you said it. When you were talking about you're in the top of things, but you're not like you didn't win nationals. I'm sorry to remind you, but you didn't.
I don't want to intimidate you, but you are looking at the San Joaquin section, former San Joaquin section record holder.
I am intimidated.
I don't doubt that for one
So
second.
that's a win.
That's a
Yes,
win.
yes, yes.
That's
You
a
have
win.
some wins.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? In the 200 I am.
Okay, but that's still fine.
You know what's sad?
Let's hear
Let me
it.
just give you a little
Let's
insight.
hear something
Throw
sad.
this on the Wikipedia page. Rob, can you get on that?
Yep.
Open it up, Rob.
I won our San Joaquin section, which is like, I don't know, it's like Modesto, Sacramento, it's the whole San Joaquin Valley area. And my senior year of high school, I beat what was a guy named Jeff Float's record. And Jeff Float was the flag bearer at the 84 Olympic Games.
Wow.
So it shows you what a disappointment I was after that day.
Because you haven't bore the flag.
The guy whose record I beat went on to become one of the great, amazing Olympic swimmer
and you beat him
in high school.
still.
I know, but you
That's
see
what
what he
you
did
say.
at the next couple
Yeah, we
years?
don't talk
Then he-
about
See what he
that.
did after
he got
that?
serious
See
after
what he did
high
that?
got-
Yeah.
And you got
You
less.
forced
Finalist
him.
at nationals, Olympic team.
You might be the reason though, because he's like, I got
Makes me a
I
bit
gotta
of an
push-
underachiever.
No, but I was gonna say, I think that if I were you,
Mhm.
I might be looking at my life because you're an insanely good actor. You're an
Thank you.
amazing actor.
I appreciate
And
that.
I might be like,
That's very nice.
why am I not winning everything? Like I should be winning everything based on my talents. And then I would look back in my life and be like, man, I'm not winning enough. Like I'm really good at a lot of things and I'm not getting the full recognition.
That's
do you
what
feel
you
like
think?
that? If I were you, I would think that.
But she's also a winner.
What do you-
That's
I love
real.
winning.
That's real.
I am.
That wouldn't cross my mind, but that would cross her mind.
I will. I can only tell you that I wake up every morning thinking, "Oh, look who the big winner is." I feel pretty good.
I love that.
I got a pretty good deal.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's right. You do.
Oh
But-
my
and
God.
it's good that you're not focused like I would be about.
What would I want to? What else do I
You
want?
should win an
What-
Oscar
also,
every
I
year.
imagine
you should.
you
You're
won
good
a
enough.
bazillion 200-meter medleys before you got to nationals, is my guess.
Are you competitive?
Yeah,
You are.
You couldn't have gotten a scholarship to USC without being competitive.
I didn't get a scholarship to USC.
Oh, you didn't. You got recruited.
I was recruited. Yeah,
Okay.
and then they didn't offer me money, and I turned down other ones because I just really wanted to come to LA.
Yeah. You, at that time when you got there, you were hoping to maybe do architecture or something.
I walked into the architecture school on my recruit trip because I thought I had this instilled early on. My grandfather on my mother's side was very much like there's only like 4 or 5 professions. It was like architect, lawyer, government or doctor, and everyone else is just hanging on.
Mhm.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, I drew a lot as a kid and I loved to do creative stuff. So I was like, I guess I'll be an architect because that's the only one on the list that seems to be connected.
Yeah.
And so I went to the architecture school and They just right off the bat, the dean told me I couldn't be on the swim team and still be in the architecture school. The commitment's too big and long.
On both sides.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like architecture class, those classes are like 5 hours long and they're in the middle of the day. It's when you're training.
Yeah.
They can't work
Right.
around it. It's why there's an architecture fraternity. I mean, it's an intense studies.
Everyone's reading The Fountainhead all day.
They're reading The Fountainhead. Read that in college.
How could you not?
How could you not?
It's so appealing when you're a young man.
It really,
And you think your whole life story will be, and eventually they all learned you were right.
exactly.
That's your arc.
And you just drive around looking at all those. Remember, because the church he built was down close to the ground, and everyone was very upset about it. And and I just remember driving around going, "Yeah, look at all these churches.
Howard Work was right.
That's not the way Howard would have done it."
He was right. He was right.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
The architecture school was upstairs, and I asked the guy, I said, on the way in, I noticed like downstairs, there was like what looked like a gallery, and then there was like a ceramic studio. And he's like, yeah, that's the fine art department. And I was like, you can get a degree in that? Anyway, so he said, yeah, let me introduce you to this. So I went downstairs and sat down with the dean of the art school and asked him if I could, here's my swim schedule. And they said, we can work it out.
That exercise is among the most calorically burning you can
Swimming.
endeavor, right? Swimming. I just remember the Michael Phelps
Yes.
diet,
Let's
right?
just go with yes.
I mean,
I think
I know
it
you
is.
burn a ton.
Sure.
Were you eating like a monster during that?
Ridiculous.
Were you?
Such
So
like fond
fun.
memories of everything.
Because you had a card, right? You could go to the cafeteria.
Yeah,
and
we'd
shit.
just go and we'd
Meal
just sit down
hall.
with like three. Everyone would just get a tray, and it would be a plate of pancakes, a plate of eggs and bacon and potatoes, and then a cereal. Like it was so absurd.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you had to.
Yeah.
I bet if you were walking through the cafeteria, you would easily be able to go like, oh yeah, that's the swimmers. They're all eating 13,000 calories
Yeah,
this morning.
exactly.
Athletes come in with these trays and trays of like so much food on that plate.
Was that ever a hard routine to break?
I remember at one point in college, it's amazing these moments about like, we all, I remember once before practice, and I could do the math. I might have been junior year, but I remember about to jump in, and assistant coach Darrell, shout out to Darrell.
Shout out.
That was a risky thing you just did. I've watched you now in a lot of interviews, and anytime you try to remember someone's name, it's high risk. So just congrats that
Are we
you
sure-
landed.
Are we sure
Well,
it's
no.
right?
No,
Drill
there's
thick.
about a 60%
Drill
chance
thick.
that's not the right
I can name all the coaches. We say hi to all the swim coaches. Dave Salo. And Darrell said something about me having a belly. Like he's like, oh, gotta watch whatever. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. Like it was like, oh, that was, and I was still young, but I do remember like, oh, I can't just eat as much as I'm eating.
You can't, we gotta,
You have to be a little
Rein
bit
it in.
thoughtful.
yes.
Which is nothing compared to 20 years later when you really have to be like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, once,
It's
yeah.
so annoying.
Once you cross
you can't,
40.
we would go to Baskin Robbins, all of us, and order pints, each one of us. Like just stand in line with everyone getting their cone, single or double. And we'd be like, can I get a pint of peanut butter and chocolate and praline cream? Half peanut butter chocolate, half praline cream.
Oh.
Pint, please.
And a spoon. And we would all just eat a pint. Did you play sports growing up?
I skateboarded and snowboarded. I did all like the alternative.
These are Olympic sports.
They became those.
Now.
They weren't
You
then,
may-
but not about me. So
You
you didn't have
What'd I do?
did
nothing.
it again.
It
You
I'm
was-
not doing anything.
No, you're not doing anything.
This is pretty good, by the way.
It is. It is.
Let's
It is.
give
From what
let's
I've
just-
seen, this
You've
is
said a
maybe the
lot.
best you've ever done.
You came in with like a plan. You came in with a plan.
I did.
I came in with no plan. I just want you to
Good.
know.
You're not
Usually-
supposed to. You're the guest.
Usually I like a plan.
You do.
Yeah,
little bit of a plan.
yeah. I know. I
You
know.
like control.
I think there's a control issue.
I detected a few things. All of it, by the way, really lovely. It makes for fun.
Yeah. Oh, on the doing,
when you do
me doing
press.
the show, doing the press.
Yeah. I was observing a lot of things. A, you're just really funny every time you show up somewhere. Really, really, really funny.
Thank you.
And you're likable and you're charismatic, and the smile, I'm sure, got you out of so much trouble, which is unfair to the rest of us without that dumb smile.
At parties, they were like, "Cops are here." Oliphant.
Yeah.
Go
I have
smile.
to go talk
Go
to the
charm
cops.
the pants
I don't know.
off.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but I did. I was the designated talk to the cops guy.
Yeah, that's
you're
obvious.
you're very easy to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah, disarm.
That's
That's
very
that
nice.
disarming smile. It's like, am
then-
I in trouble? I
Yeah.
bet I am in trouble. Like you're just finding out you're in trouble.
You watch the things, and you've got
Yeah,
you've got some
Theories.
thoughts.
I got thoughts.
I had an interesting thought coming in, literally right before we start. Let's hear yours first.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we decide?
Yeah.
Monica?
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, he's very comfortable if you're in control. Most comfortable.
I realized that if you could just, I shouldn't say this stuff out loud.
Yeah, you should.
It's too late. If you could just knock an interviewer off balance a little bit at hello, it just made the interview a little bit easier from that moment forward.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want to disrespect those things. But somewhere along the line, I discovered that if I could just knock each one a little off balance, it might turn into a lovely, spontaneous moment or two.
Yeah.
So somewhere along the line, that occurred to me. So when they sit down, they say, "Tell me about your character." I say, "No, you tell me about it."
Yeah.
And then somehow what might come of that more often than not is actually kind of like, "Oh, that was fun 5 minutes."
An honest moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, a real
I love
moment.
that.
Where if I just go into the thing, it's no fun for anybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I go on talk shows or things like that, I find same thing. If I can throw something out there, they have more fun, I have more fun. I just grew up loving talk shows.
Me too.
And I love a great talk show guest.
Yeah.
And for a while, I really just wanted to be a talk show host.
Yeah.
In college, I sent a video in with my roommate to like audition for some talk show. I can't believe we actually did it. It's so dumb. But we actually sent one in when I can't remember what network. One of the two networks or Fox, they were getting into late night.
Yes.
And I remember like, I want this gig.
Right.
You
Yes.
auditioned to host
We
it.
sent in like a video, like 3 reasons why
Oh,
This is adorable.
I'm the guy.
that's so cute.
I was like, first of all, $100 a night. I was like, it fails.
Can you imagine if they would have put a 21-year-old swimmer from US?
I know.
We really filmed it. I mean, we did it like on VHS.
God, the optimism
Sent it in
at
like
that
this is going to be
Yeah.
our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just come out. So that was the idea.
Yeah, you've always loved it and you want to make sure you do good at it.
Yeah.
You're saying.
And my first major talk show appearance, I was on Conan's show in New York, late 90s. I think it was, and I was so nervous that I remember his lips moving, and I don't know what he was saying exactly, but when they stopped, I was like, okay, now's when I tell the story I'm supposed to tell.
Yeah.
So I do, and I didn't do them again for years. And then now I'm just like, I think if anything, I try to anticipate the host's sense of humor, and then,
Right.
and then I try to anticipate like, oh, he is going to love this. I think this will. I really just think like, he'll
Yep.
he or she, will like this is the
Yeah,
Are
it's
there
go-
any
it's
she
gonna
talk
be
show
he.
late night?
No,
talk show
but any
host?
kind of-
But we want it.
Just
We
in
want there to
case.
be. Yeah. Wait, when you were on Joan Rivers' show, is that what you're talking about?
Oh.
I didn't realize you had done her
Ellen.
show.
Ellen.
sometimes
Yeah.
the daytime ones, different fun.
Yes,
Different.
yes.
Yeah.
The audience is the best you'll ever be in front
I
of.
once
on
went
Ellen.
on Ellen DeGeneres. They always want to talk about like your kids and your pets,
Yep.
right? That's like a big thing on
Because that's who's watching, people who have that.
daytime
Yeah.
kids, pets.
Yep.
I had a story about my daughter and her guinea pig.
Perfect.
And it was this whole story.
Double, 2 for 1.
The thing that was funny about it was I remember saying I had this whole thing about the guinea pig and how desperately she wanted the guinea pig. And then, a week later, she can't remember why she wanted the guinea pig. And I just look at the guinea pig and it's looking at me and we're both thinking, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're here.
Yeah.
He doesn't this is your life for the next foreseeable future.
Yeah.
18 months or however long you live.
And then I said, I mean, and I'm looking at him, but I'm like, hey, there's a lot of countries where you can go into a restaurant and say, how's the guinea pig? And they,
Oh, yep.
Oh, she hated
can't stand that.
and I'll tell you in the story, I don't know if I've ever, but years later, that guinea pig had like a tumor on the side of him. It was like he was walking around with like a second guinea pig.
Oh boy.
And this is what happens.
Yep,
you
this
know,
is what
that's why we study the rats and the rodents because their life cycle is very fast.
That's right.
So, fuck, what's his name? I don't know. We can give him a name for the story,
of
but
course.
all I know is that little guy's got a tumor the size of another guinea pig, and we feel like it's maybe time. So our daughter, our youngest, at the time, I don't know if she's more than 12, but she's getting ready to go to school, and we want to let her know that Mom and I are going to probably take the little guy to the vet just to see how the little guy. We need to find out.
We're going to take him to an
Check in.
oncologist
We need to
first.
find out if he's in pain and just where he is.
Yeah.
And she immediately started crying and asked if is he going to kill it? You know, and I said we don't know. And she's like, he's going to kill him. And she starts bawling.
Oh.
And she goes, I said, I'm so sorry. She goes, no, I'm only upset. I'm really upset because, I never really loved him.
She was having guilt. He had a loveless life.
And get ready.
So great.
And I still don't.
Oh my God.
And then she says, can you take the fish too? Like the fish isn't dying. I just said, just take it. I can't.
You know what? Get everyone but my brothers out of here.
I said to my wife, my wife and I drove to the vet that morning after we dropped her off from school. And we said, honey, we each knew. We're like, honey, if one of us gets sick, keep your eye on that one.
Yeah.
She's going to be like,
Ruthless.
just take Dad too.
I never even loved him anyway.
Pull the plug.
I can't deal with both of them. Or one of, you know what I mean? Just get it over with.
That
Anyway.
is so
Pull the
funny.
Band-Aid.
Yeah.
How old was she when that happened?
She's a kid. I don't know. She's little.
You said
3,
12, and we'll go with
14.
that.
Let's go with 12.
Yeah.
I can't remember. She's the youngest. I can remember the oldest. If we're talking about the oldest, I can
Sure.
hit
You tell
dates.
what- yeah.
I can hit whatever you
He
want.
told me that on October 7th.
What?
Okay.
And did they took care of it at the vet?
Oh yeah. We said we
Humane,
said
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But guess
he
what they
didn't
did
end
when
up-
you left?
He didn't. They didn't.
They shipped him to one of those
Medium
restaurants.
rare. Medium rare, please.
He was on the first flight. I won't say the
Oh
country.
my
Just
God.
like chicken. Come on.
You did him a really big favor because my brother's fish had a tumor and it exploded.
Oh,
So
wow.
Yeah.
good on you.
Exploding fish.
Yep.
And it didn't make it, obviously.
No.
No, okay.
No,
Oh,
it
they
did not.
survived the explosion?
Yeah, you never know. Could have been
Wow.
I know.
Survived the explosion.
Survived.
Exploded. Just got it right off.
Was fine.
And then was like, oh, yeah.
Oh,
Felt
that's
so
all.
much better.
Exactly.
Like a pimple or a boil. Now, last thing about the swimming.
Keeping it on track. Good for you. We didn't go as deep as I thought we were going to go on your talk show. I thought you were going to say, this is why you do this. This is your issue.
Well, I just
We
was
went a little bit. We
did. We control. We
right.
got, and then also that you told me more than you realized by first appearance on Conan. You were a little deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
And it sounds like after the fact, you're like, I need a better game plan.
I was thinking of this before I got here. Here's some free, I'll open a can of worms.
Yeah.
It occurs to me, I'll tell you two things that occurred to me literally right before we were going on. A couple of people, famous people, will pop in my head oftentimes before I do interviews,
Mm-hmm.
like a Lou Reed or like a Bob Dylan. The guys that's period, and there are men and women like of that era, mostly like in music, but in all forms, where they were just like, fuck you to anyone who was talking to them.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
famous like Bob Dylan Time Magazine, where he's like, I don't read Time Magazine. I was like, I love that you're saying that to Time Magazine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And when he's saying to him, like, have you been to the show? Are you coming to the show? And he goes, well, you got to pay attention because it's going to move pretty quick. You might not get it all, right?
Oh.
Like he just immediately...
Putting them
Adversarial.
down.
And then there's the like Lou Reed, those press interviews where they just are, they're such assholes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Stones were kind of pricks too when they came to the U.S.
I'm guilty, perhaps you, of how much I admired those guys so much
Uh-huh.
growing up.
Yeah.
And I also, over the years, have collected moments of actors telling people to go fuck themselves
Yep. Yep.
and being like, oh wow, look what you look.
That
what,
looks fun.
and also just like they would also another generation. Like I remember, but I remember being like at a premiere way back this year, like 99 to where I was at a party and Robert Duvall had agreed to take a picture with me, and I walked over and said hello to him, and he's like, how you doing? Everyone, they treating you well? Everything good? And I was like, yeah, I appreciate you doing this. And the photographer, he said, we turned to the photographer and she started taking pictures. And then she put down the camera for a second and said, you're at a party, kind of blah, 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 And he said, don't do that. Don't direct. Just take the goddamn fucking picture.
Yeah.
And then snap, and then right back to being charming and couldn't have been nicer.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And I have a bunch of those.
Even Mark Maron, you saw him get introduced to the director on Stick.
Shook his hand and kept walking.
Yeah, you were like, hey, I love your stuff, saw the thing, right?
Yeah.
So what you and I both have is like, we both really want to be liked. And when you see someone that has zero people
This is what
pleaser,
occurs to me.
it seems like superpower, right?
I realized that just recently, I was told on good authority that, he's like, well, you've always had a problem with conflict. And I was like, have I? And then it occurs to me that these moments that I've always sort of like clocked are these guys that are just basically saying like, no, I'm totally fine being a dick.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm totally fine with it.
Yes.
And I've always looked and said, okay, so that's a possibility.
Yeah.
That's an option.
That's an option. Like now, if I'm at a thing, press tour or whatever, I'm doing the carpet and someone directs.
Yeah.
I know that they've overstepped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, like because of this moment that I saw.
Yeah.
From that moment forward, I'm like, oh, I can tell this. I can handle this however I want. I've never said just take the fucking picture.
Right.
But yes.
But I've done some version of saying I appreciate what you're trying to do. So those moments have always been helpful in terms of little like guidelines.
Yes.
And then it's just like, okay, how do you want to handle
It's
it?
interesting to be around people who don't need approval when you do need approval. But also, would you feel like, because I do that too, you see people and it's like, oh my God, like how wild. But then if I tried it, I would just feel horrible. Like I'm not comfortable making someone else feel bad. They are, which is fine.
There's this really the art. There's the other thing I feel like I've collected over the years, which is the art of rejecting people while giving them something that they're, there's a great story I remember growing up of Nicholson, Bob Costas asking Jack Nicholson when he was sitting courtside at a Laker game back in the day when it was like on, the weekend game on the networks, and I guess they still do it. But anyway, asked Jack if he would do a on-camera quick interview when they came back from a commercial break.
Yeah.
Which I think Costas, if I remember correctly, says he looks at me and says, Bob, I love you and I love your work. But let me put it this way. There's no fucking way.
Yeah. But that's not
And Bob
mean.
tells that story like it's a gift.
Yes.
Well, it's coming from Jack Nicholson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you see, like I remember, you see like
The judo.
right?
Yeah.
You see the judo.
I think I have gotten good at owning why I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Right. So I had this moment when we interviewed Minka. She brought this up. We were shooting Parenthood, and there's been this love thing simmering, and it's going to be the big moment where we kiss. And I have a huge fucking nose, and it's been broken in a fight. And if you photograph this side of it, I look ugly. And I said, and thank God one of my favorite directors was there working. And I said, listen, I'm really insecure.
Okay.
For you to shoot me from there on the wrong side, looking up low, this moment that I'm already kissing a girl that's out of my league. And I'm insecure about that. And I need you to help me look as good as I can. So I really you need to be shooting on the other side, or just flip us, and I need to be down and she needs to be up. And he was like, yeah, okay. And then he left, and Minka was like, wow, I've never really seen that. Like, you can do that? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not saying, like, I care.
Yeah.
And I'm insecure.
Yeah.
And I'm vain.
Yeah.
But also,
we handled it really well.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, you handled it really good.
Yeah.
I was on a set with Bruce Willis where he'd be like, bring it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to take it down a little bit?
Yeah.
There you go. That's better. What do you think of that?
It's not an accident. He's a movie
And I
star.
was like, that was amazing.
Yeah, but it's not an accident. It is a very technical thing.
Yes.
So you're going to work all this time to do your lines and shit. You know, you have no awareness of
Yeah.
when you look good or bad.
Yeah. That guy is the art of dealing with conflict. Oh my God. Yeah, whoa, hey, everybody chill. Hey, let's take a lap. Oh my God, I had the best time.
Live Free or Die Hard.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the film you guys did together.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what is it? Were you saying I had a good oh, you're doing a kissing scene. I had to kiss a guy in a movie. I'm guilty of not reading a lot of the subtext on scripts.
Okay.
A lot of times I'll just read my dialogue, which I'm not sure is a good habit or not, or bad habit, whatever. But in this particular movie, because of that, I knew I had a kiss scene in the movie. It was sort of a significant part of this scene, so you couldn't miss it. But one day I showed up, and they was like, you got a big makeout scene, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Your big makeout scene," I was like, "We did the kiss scene. The kiss scene is lovely and small and so special." He goes, "No, the fucking makeout with the guy at the party." And I'm like, and it's described in this like party sequence. And I'm like, I don't read that.
Yeah.
You skimmed through the details of the party.
Yeah.
The blocking and stuff.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
italicized portion.
So now I'm there with this guy who he'd graduated. He played football at University of Washington. Really handsome stud of a guy. And we're like, oh, okay, we got to do this kiss scene. Whenever I tell this story to my wife, she's like, I thought it doesn't matter. Kissing, it doesn't. It's like it's.
Oh, great! That's
and
great.
I was like, honey, what do you think?
Oh, I love it because I see what's happening because you tell your wife like, it's technical. It doesn't feel like anything.
It's like kissing a wall.
It's like whatever.
But now
and she's like, oh. Apparently it's something.
Good for her.
And I'm like, well, cunt. Years later, playing at a regular kind of pickup basketball game, and I see the guy playing in the game right before me, and I say to my buddy, "Who's this guy in the University of Washington shorts? What's his name?" And he tells me his name and says, "Why?" And I said, "I made out with him."
I hooked up with him.
Without missing a beat. He called me a slut.
The last thing about swimming, which I just brought up 25 minutes ago, was I got to say, I have the most memorable first Timothy Olyphant. Like it's seared into my head. So you were in Go, and I was really great friends with Melissa McCarthy. And she was in that movie.
Yes, she was.
And it was so exciting.
She was like popped in like a 2-minute scene at the door.
Yeah.
And she is just delightful from hello.
A little hint of what's to come.
I remember meeting her and going, how could you do that in that short of, like, how can you just like pop? I always found it was easier to have, I kind of feel this way about most things, but it's almost easier, especially in that situation, to have a huge scene at hello where you can kind of at least try to come in and establish some sort of your own energy or tone as opposed to doing just like, maybe it's the same thing as those talk shows. You want to come in and just right away.
No, that's the perfect analogy.
Just say like, okay, here's where we're going.
That's why I fell in love with podcasting, which is I would be guests on these podcasts and it was an hour and a half. And I'm like, oh, I don't have to crush in 8 minutes. What a relief.
Right.
I can just like slowly ease into some things that are organically will come up.
Right.
And that's the same way.
We've been talking for 3 hours and right now you got a guinea pig anecdote.
Yeah.
We're still on swimming.
You got to make it out. We're still back
We
to
haven't
swimming.
even gotten to you doing stand-up in 1995 in New York or why you moved there or anything.
Let's hear it.
I just want to finish Go. So it's also Doug Liman's follow-up to Swingers. And of course, we all love Swingers. We're all living in LA and we were living Swingers.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, wow, it's his next movie. Melissa's in it.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I ever saw you.
Yeah.
And I have always been obsessed with my abdomen. I always wanted a six-pack. I'm being so sincere. My best friend's been on here a bunch of times growing up. And he's like, you were so, it was so effeminate how your obsession with this. And I remember watching the trailer and going, because you were shirtless in the trailer. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck's going on with this guy's abs?
Mm-hmm.
And literally, it wasn't until today, now 30 years later, I read like this swimming background. I'm like, there we go.
That's what it is.
Because it was impossible. What a moment. Oh. Do you feel that way about
It
men's
was
body? I get
impossible.
more excited about men's bodies than I do women, despite the fact that I'm
And
heterosexual.
And I'm happy for you
Okay.
for that.
But you don't have
You don't
that.
relate.
No. What do you mean? Do I not?
Like, I'm more
wait,
prone to notice something like that.
Wait a minute. Is there a question here?
Do you also appreciate men's bodies?
Well, I'm definitely always impressed. I'm aware of the
Fight
great,
Club.
exactly.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, okay,
Wow.
fucking
Mhm.
look at that. Let's just take a minute. This poor guy could use some love. Brad Pitt. I don't think what people realize is if you look like that, but also give that sort of just, seemingly doesn't give a fuck, incredible performance, so nuanced and so relaxed. Those things don't often come together.
No.
That's what you call a movie star.
Who were you idolizing along the way? Because my dude was like, I latched on very early to Nick Cage. I was like, I think maybe I'm Nick Cage. Like, I'm not gorgeous, but I'm tall. I could pull off something.
His career there between, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the beginning and the end.
Yeah, like
of
probably
it,
like 85.
but you know
and
the ones, right?
Yeah.
The
Raising Arizona,
Moonlighting,
Moonstruck,
Moonstruck, thanks. And the Raising Arizona and the David Lynch.
Wild at Heart,
There's a snakeskin jacket.
Vampire's Kiss.
Oh, I didn't think to put that on there. Nice.
Do you remember that one?
No,
He thinks he's becoming a vampire, but he's not.
no.
I think
okay.
it might be his greatest performance of all time.
Oh, Jesus.
Now you gotta go.
Maybe
back.
you'll remember
Homework.
this. He's talking to his therapist, and he's venting about that his assistant couldn't find a file. He's been looking for a file. That's the B storyline. Is he can't find this file,
Uh-huh.
and he's in therapy, and he goes, it's so simple. I told her it's A B C D E F G H I J. Now he's standing on her, and it ends with him going W X Y Z. To his therapist. It is the biggest choice that's ever been made on film. And I loved it. A, B, C.
Oh my God, again?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe in the fact check too.
Oh, wow. Wow. At least I'm prepped.
Somebody do it again the second time.
yeah,
I used to
yeah.
read to my kids, and sometimes sometimes I'd be like, hold on, let me take that page again. They're like, oh, and they're like, hold on, I
Dad.
screwed up that. I screwed that up. Let's take it back. Let's take it back. Can we get the camera back over here?
Well, that proves you definitely haven't seen it because you would remember
no, I
that
have not
moment.
seen it. No, and there's some. You know which one I don't know if I've ever deliberately lifted this, but Honeymoon in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
Also, that whole thing. And by the way, I love her as well. Oh my God, I love
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh.
I know she's become like she's this
Sex and the
whatever
City.
icon Sex and the
Deity
City
almost
thing.
for women.
But that
yeah.
woman's talent is
Yeah.
phenomenal. Her ability, she has that thing. She has that ability to be so funny and yet so much depth. I was a huge Sarah Jessica Parker fan.
You just wandered into one of the things I had written down, which is she said her favorite episode of all of Sex and the City was your episode.
Get out.
No
Oh, well, I
way.
can't take credit for it, but that's lovely.
And then
Yeah,
Rose Byrne said her favorite co-star ever on Damages
Is that right?
was you.
Oh.
And I'm like, this
I
is
had
a
never
pretty
heard that.
rad record you're putting together. When people say
by
that,
the way, Rose Byrne, she's a gem.
oh,
Oh, and what an actor.
She's
She
so
is
fucking
so
talented. It's crazy.
Talented. So crazy.
the best drama. She's Walton Goggins of females. She can do drama the best of anyone, and she can do comedy the best of it.
Yeah,
she's
a,
incredible.
yeah. Yes. And
Why'd
he's-
you just smirk with Goggins? I love
Yeah,
Goggins.
That's okay.
I was running down a Rolodex of smart ass things to say about,
About
Goggins.
Walton.
Yeah. And then
You guys share a
I wanna-
vibe.
Well, they were
You
on
guys-
Justified too for 5
Yeah,
years.
you guys
or-
share a vibe.
yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah, he's one of the good ones.
Like Psycho Not Cowboy vibe. Like kind of maybe
Psycho Not Cowboy?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
like,
nice.
Cowboy.
Rose
Yeah,
used to
like-
call me I saw Glenn Close. How many names have I dropped so far? But this is a moment where I realize these things mean so much to me. We were at some thing for, Disney, I don't know what, a press thing. And she was in that room. And she came over. And she was just so lovely. And she said, oh, it's our cowboy. It's the cowboy. And she and Rose used to call me the cowboy.
Yeah.
And
Poor you.
I don't know why. That just meant
No,
the
it
world to
adds
me.
up.
Because I wasn't a cowboy on that show.
Yeah.
So the fact that they were,
It's
I don't
who
know
you
why.
are.
It just meant the world to me. And I adored working with both of them.
Yeah, because she was calling you that in 2009 when you
Look
did
at
Damages.
you with the dates.
And we haven't even done Justified yet. We're
It's
a year out from Justified.
That show led to, that was an FX show. And that show led to Justified.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
What episode of
that-
Sex in the City were you on? Tell me about the episode.
I don't know. I think
Love Interest of Carrie's.
it's
Okay.
called the Valley of the 20-something something. It's
Okay.
something about 20-something.
Are we talking season 1?
Season 1. I know when I shot it, the show hadn't aired yet. And I think we shot it out of order. It might have been one of the first ones after the, because they sent me the pilot and they said, here's what the show is. And then I showed up. My wife and I were living in New York in the West Village in this little, what was an old tenement building. You know, it was a walk up with a shower in the kitchen. And I would walk down to the set and work with Sarah Jessica Parker and these, you know, it was such a surreal,
I'm gonna go
exciting,
back and watch.
I had
because you're
such a
living in
crush on
such a
her from
tiny little
Honeymoon.
place, and yet you're in this kind of new show. And
This big dream's coming true, but you're still in this tiny spot.
did you have this? We had
Yeah.
this thing. We had this period where the like a town car or whatever would pick you up and bring you back to from production or some premiere, and it'd bring us back to our
Shithole.
walk up tent with a shower in the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
You're like, we couldn't order room service. They put us up in those nice hotels. We're like, we can't afford.
Yeah.
It's still those silverware, you know?
I thought famous didn't mean poor as
Yeah,
shit.
people assume that
Yeah.
fame or just being an actor equals wealth.
Yeah.
And that's really not the case at all.
No.
Okay, we're going to go to Alien Earth now, but I did want to hear from you personally. Justified, of course, was written by, or it's based on an Elmore Leonard.
Yeah.
And you became buddies with him, yeah?
I mean, buddies is a strong word, but we did spend time together.
You
Yeah.
did?
Yeah, really, very, very memorable time, fond of all the time I spent with him.
Yeah, they call him the Dickens of Detroit,
Yeah,
which is a cool moniker.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
It feels like that should go with the pussy thing. The
Okay.
Dickens of the Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Occasionally grabbed by the
Catch
pussy.
him by
that
the-
feels like it's a sentence.
Yeah, it
he
sure
was the
does.
Dickens of Detroit, and he occasionally grabbed him by the pussy.
But you got to hold on. You've already
That's an
obscured.
opening line.
No, it's catch them by the pussy. Trump already owns
Yeah,
grab them by
it's
the
not
pussy.
My bad.
grab.
My bad.
Catch them by the pussy.
Occasionally catch him by the pussy.
Because there's something heroic about
So good.
catching them.
course.
Sure.
They are.
Sure. No, you're right. You're right, and I blew that.
If someone hits the ground, the whole squad has to do push-ups. So sometimes you gotta
If
catch
someone
them
hits
by
the
the
ground.
pussy.
Yes, and it'll save the
I
day.
love that's the thing.
Yeah.
If someone hits the ground, everyone does do push-ups.
The whole team.
First, we check that the neck is broke,
That's coming
and then
next.
push-ups.
Yeah.
Immediately after push-ups
Yeah, that's right.
resume.
That's right.
Now, David Milch said
Yep.
that Timothy is someone that makes it hard to get to know them. That's not the exact quote, but that's the essence of it.
Okay.
Wait, that he makes it.
I'm going to
that-
say the right thing because I think
Okay.
I kind of botched it.
How much does Kristen have Deadwood stories?
That was her Sex in the City moment.
Yeah.
Because she just got to LA.
Yeah.
And she's probably leaving a shithole with 20
And
roommates.
she shows up on that set
yes.
in that level of creative sort of Nutsville genius. And Milch loved her.
She loved that experience.
Yeah.
She actually does talk about it way more than other projects that were much
Yeah.
longer.
So, yeah.
Tim is a guy that doesn't let himself be known easily. That's a much more
Ooh.
elegant way of saying it, but it's exactly what I
okay.
was saying.
Yeah. Easily.
Easily.
The word easily is
Easily.
the key.
Do you think you're guilty of that? Do you have a little bit of
Oh, the easily part, for sure.
easily? Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I'm very, yeah.
Yeah.
I gave people maybe less room while my kids were young.
Right.
I feel like I'm a little bit more available to more people now, just because
Right.
I have the space for that sort of. Where when the kids were young, people I don't know well or I work, they're not coming to the house.
Yeah.
Right.
Now it's like, come on over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking. So you're on Stick right now.
I did. Yep.
Yeah. It's currently airing.
Currently airing. That's what you mean by now. Yes. It's on. Yes.
And I was thinking,
Yes.
boy, if there's anyone that could out Timothy Olyphant, it would be Owen Wilson.
I don't know what that means exactly.
I think you know exactly what it means.
Well, it feels.
Do you know
like-
exactly what it means?
I don't know what that means. I don't. And by the way, and I also, it doesn't allow me to tell you how much I love Owen Wilson.
We will
because
both
I'm
do
like,
that.
oh yeah, because you just said he's just like you.
Listen,
But I adore that guy.
I used to be so obsessed with him that I have like memorized interviews he's done where
Okay.
he's given
Yeah.
answers that I can't. Let me tell you one. Can I tell you one?
Please, let's hear it.
Playboy magazine.
Mhm.
The guy asks, "Do you have any tricks for getting out of tickets?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, I guess I do. When you get pulled over, what you're trying to do is you're going for that moment where he looks at you and you look at him and you both think, look at us out here on the side of this road playing our roles in this crazy game called life." And I was like, it would take someone years to write something as clever as that. And it just came out of his mouth when asked that question.
You're doing Owen Wilson as if he were underwater.
Yeah, that's my take on him.
He very graciously, I did press where, the interview magazine where all the hipsters and cool people are.
Yeah.
When you do interviews there, they want your other
Co-star.
actors and artists and musicians to interview each other.
Oh, yeah.
And Owen very graciously interviewed me for Interview Magazine just not 3-4 days ago. And guess what came up? Playboy Magazine.
It did.
How odd is that?
Whoa, that is weird.
And what was the?
We were joking around about this interview and that it will go down as like rank. Where will it rank as interviews? We were talking about the journalism that was happening, and he's like, and then he's like, it's going to be like in Playboy, like it would. Remember Playboy? And he started talking about Playboy, and we started talking about the famous interviews from Playboy.
They're the greatest interviews of all time. Really did happen in Playboy.
Like really important. Like
Yeah.
I know people kind of like are critical of or suspicious of that. Like, but it's true. It had
they're
the best
incredible. Yeah.
of all time.
It's a similar thing to like Stern, where you're like, those are incredible interviews, but
Right.
so many people
Between
just think
baloney being thrown at ass
Exactly.
cheeks. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite
Yeah.
literally exactly like Stern.
Yeah.
But what I mean by the Owen thing is he's insanely charming and super quick and funny and can put you off kilter at any moment in a very fun, playful way.
Okay.
And
I'll take
but
that.
I also feel like there's some element of that is a little protective.
Well, yes, I could see that being. I'm thinking of him, and I could see. Yeah, I could see that.
I can picture the two of you having the greatest day you've ever had together, and then neither of you says, "Let's go out to eat afterwards." Like that's my prediction. It's like you're both going, "Wow, this is so much fun." Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. No one says, "Hey, want to grab dinner now?"
When I'm with him, I think, oh, this is someone he and I should be the closest of friends.
Right.
I really, I love the way he does what he does, and I'm a huge admirer of his work.
Me too.
And his approach to it, everything about it. And he, I say this to him, I think partly because in show business the bar is so low, but when he says, "Hey, I want to give you this article or something," or "I thought of this article, I'll get it to you," he follows up on it,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, he didn't stop for that thinking from that moment." He's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
quite thoughtful,
Yeah.
and
That's nice.
I think I feel like he's also genuinely curious,
Hyper intelligent.
hyper intelligent.
Yeah. I mean, you forget how great all the writing was in all the Wes Anderson
Yes.
movies.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just impressed by how consistently great he's been. So it feels like he knows himself. He's just really, he's one of the good ones, that's for sure.
To me, it speaks more to kind of you, because you very much, Dax, are like,
Opposite.
you are the opposite. If you have a good conversation, like this happens here all the time. Like
Yeah.
we'll like be in a great conversation with someone, and then Dax is like, "I need your phone number."
Yeah.
Like
I wanna do
we're
this
gonna
all
be
the time.
friends.
Right.
That's the addict in me.
Yeah,
It's like, this is great. Let's do this.
yeah.
But people are across the spectrum on that. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, that was a great convo. Like, bye.
See ya.
Yeah, which is normal too. Both are interesting. They say a lot about personalities. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're hard to get to know, I'm the opposite. It's like too fast. I want you to get to know me. If there were a spectrum, we could put you and I at either ends of that spectrum.
Well,
I don't think one's right or wrong.
No,
It's just,
there's not.
you also know, like in show business, but maybe it's not really about show business. But I remember my first days on any sets.
Mhm.
I was like, I'd come home and say, honey, these people are amazing.
Oh,
Yeah. It's camp.
They are
Yeah.
all so wonderful
Yeah.
across the board. You are going to love them. And of course, most of them are crazy.
Right,
and
right.
really hard to maintain relationships with. And,
Yes.
just for various reasons. So
Yeah.
after a while, you go, maybe I'll just show up and say my lines
Yeah.
and do my little thing and get the fuck out. Like Zorro told him, Zorro's dad said, get in there and you make your little Z and then you get the fuck out.
And then you bounce.
Ah.
This is what I say to people on the last day, on the day we wrap. I say, one of my favorite things to say in show business, I will see you at the premiere. And when I do, remind me your name.
Which is both a joke and very true.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
Yeah.
so Alien Earth.
Yeah.
We had Noah Hawley on.
How'd that go?
Great. I
Great.
mean, what, again, another
great.
outrageously smart human being where you're kind of scared while you're talking to him
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
intimidating.
Intimidating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though you were spectacular. I thought Fargo season 5 was like maybe the greatest season of television I've ever seen in my life.
That's the ham.
Most recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you had been on season 4 of Fargo and you met him then, I would imagine?
Yeah. I'd met him years prior.
Oh, you did?
But we didn't work together till then. Yeah.
Why had you met years prior?
I introduced myself to him at, I went to
Soho
the,
House.
He had just fought a
Everything
guy.
happens at Soho House.
He
He
had a bag
definitely
of
got in a
ice.
fight.
you guys members of the Soho House? Who's a member of the Soho House?
No,
Before I-
no.
Neither.
At one point, my wife and we went to the Soho, but it might have been that night because
was
I
that
realized, because what I remember, this is not a reflection. I shouldn't tell this story.
No, tell it.
I just remember leaving there and because of the whole room, the whole place, I think we had actually gone back one time when it became a thing. A couple had invited us to dinner at the Soho House and we left there. I'm not going to be able to get a room there ever again. Well, fuck it. And I remember at that time thinking, my wife said, let's decide we'll never go there again.
Yeah.
And then we added, and let's also decide if anyone invites us there, we
Stop
won't
being
be
friends.
we won't be their friends. That's been
That's
sort of a
the
rule
rule.
that we've had for a long time.
That's
It's a good policy.
But by the way, there are more and more of these things.
Listen, I love being there
Uh-huh.
because the environment is so beautiful and the
Uh-huh.
food's great.
By the way, it's the greatest style.
Yeah.
Their style, whoever's doing their
I want them to do my life.
These might even be.
Design.
Is this like Soho House line? Like
Yeah,
that might
this
be
is
a Soho
all,
House
the
line.
whole set is
This
from,
might be a Soho House.
turnkey.
I was to tell you what a hypocrite I am.
okay, great.
Okay. We had this rule. We're never going there. And anyone who invites us there, we're going to decide we won't be their friends. And we live by that rule. And then I was in Chicago not that long ago. We were doing Fargo. We're right here. We're doing Fargo in Chicago in winter. And I'm staying at this hotel in this little neighborhood downtown where people refer to as the Viagra Triangle. Do you know?
No.
It's like businessmen and prostitutes.
Oh,
it's like,
right.
Wow.
right? It's like,
Mhm.
but it's right near the water towers, and there's a lot of like chain rest. Anyway, but I just want a place where I can just hang and maybe have a drink after work or get out of the room. And this is not the place.
Right.
So I'm asking, like, where do people stay? Where's another option?
Yeah.
And I think they said that both Chris Rock, I'm just gonna keep dropping them,
Yeah.
and Noah were staying at the Soho House.
Yeah.
And immediately the dilemma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moral
And you know what I
dilemma.
told myself? Maybe Soho House Chicago's different.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Of
Maybe
course.
just because it's in Chicago.
Yeah.
So cut to me going over there to check out the room. Cut to me staying there for 3 months.
Of course. And so happy you did, right?
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just stayed at one in Austin. It couldn't be better.
They do your
Yeah.
laundry for.
They do it right, man. Also,
Yeah.
I love it there. And
Okay.
also, I've never been to a place in my life where everyone leaves feeling very insecure.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
in there is feeling, even
Yeah.
if you've achieved some kind of status, you're like, yeah, I feel terrible about myself. Everyone's better looking than me. Everyone dresses better than me. And everyone there feels that way.
You know what that is?
What is
That's the Vanity Fair party.
Yes.
You know my
Yes.
favorite thing about the Vanity Fair party? Listening to people complain about being there. That
Yeah.
if I am allowed to go to that party every year for the rest of my life, I will go just to hear the people complaining about having to be there and how
That's
long their
so
day is and how
funny.
they're thinking of blowing it off and going somewhere else.
Yeah.
As if they had not made it a goal in life to be at
Yes.
that
Yes,
fucking
It's
party.
so true.
But it's like every other thing in Hollywood. It's like every time you think you've reached the behind the curtain moment, you realize you get invited to the Vanity Fair party
Yeah.
for the first time. And you're like, oh, wow, it's exciting. I've heard about this my whole life. And then you learn that there's time slots.
Yeah. Yeah. and then
You have to arrive at your time slot. And then you realize, oh, I don't have a very good time slot. Like it just doesn't end.
It just doesn't end. I am not like that, but they are.
Yes, of course.
Sure.
You know what
You've
I mean?
transcended
We
the
are not
whole
You
that.
would
town.
never be
But
like
they
that.
are.
Yeah.
Do you think we've ever been in a movie together?
Yes, we have.
Oh, God, I didn't think you'd pass that.
This is where I leave you.
This is where I leave you.
Yeah.
You knew that. You already knew that. Yes, this whole time since this chat started, I was like, I can't believe we aren't talking about the fact that you guys have been in a movie together. And because of that, I then felt like I'm wrong. It wasn't you.
We've never,
But it
but
was
we
you.
never hung out on set. We never like,
No.
I feel like I remember seeing you with Kristen somewhere, but it wasn't that dinner. It's so funny how that show business is fucking weird.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Do you have this thing? And this is not me making an excuse for that dinner, but because the whole thing's a bit of a blur. But you have this thing where I could be at like a restaurant with my wife and be like, "Oh, honey, it's Jennifer Aniston," and she's like, "Oh yeah, oh wow," and then I'll be like, "We know her,"
Right.
and she's like, "That's right," and I'm like, but in my mind,
Yeah.
I don't think she couldn't possibly know that because we're so
Yes.
And then of course when you see them, it's delight. It's nothing but delight.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I had that with Brad Pitt once. I met Brad Pitt for the first time way back when I was doing a movie with Jennifer Aniston. They were together at the time, and we were shooting, and we had the party, the launch party, whatever.
Yeah.
Which and now we're on the set. I don't know how many like days later, and Brad was on the set,
Yeah.
and I was like,
So exciting.
Brad Pitt's, at the monitor.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to do a little something special.
Sure.
And then when I went back to behind the monitor, I was like, "Hey, Tim," I introduced Tim Olyphant, and he said, "Yeah, we met like 2 nights ago."
Just 48 hours.
And I was like, "Yeah, I know."
You're like, I know, but I didn't know you
But
knew.
yeah. But in my mind, you just went right back to being not the guy I was
Yes.
talking to at the party. It was just like Brad Pitt is on the set. There's
Yes.
he just immediately, it just kind of like, you can't, it's hard to connect them.
Totally.
I think I said that in the interview. I know I have 2 very active versions of him in my head. There's Brad
Right.
Pitt, this movie star, and then
Yeah.
there's the dude I kind of know a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're really radically different people in my
Exactly.
mind. Yeah. You're about to work with him.
That's just a rumor
Oh.
Bullshit.
that I may have started.
But Fincher's doing a spin-off
Yeah.
from Once Upon a Time
Yeah,
of Cliff
yeah.
Booth,
Yeah.
and you're going to be in that.
Well, that's the possibility.
Oh,
Ooh,
buddy.
Fingers
Yeah.
crossed.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh,
so we'll see.
let's hope.
We'll see if he's going to shoot that. Is what I've been told to.
Okay.
Apparently, it's on the Day Out of Days.
Okay.
But who knows?
Okay. Well, I'll be very,
That's
very
exciting.
excited for
Yeah, I
that.
don't know because it was before it was a Quentin thing.
Right.
Exactly.
Now it's a Fincher thing. I don't know. I don't know what's surviving the transition.
Oh, I think you
But
will.
I
think you will.
I would be delighted.
Yeah.
I just know that I went out on my own and spoke about it.
Okay.
And then I realized that, and I said, I went on Conan's podcast like an idiot
Yeah.
and said under my breath, like when they were talking about the sequel to this movie, I said, I'm going to be. And then I realized they're filming it. And so they said, we can edit that out. Just let us know.
Yeah.
And I did my due diligence. I want you to know, when I left there, I called the proper authorities and I said, hey, just so you know, they joked around about this thing and whatever. And we talked about it for a while. But if we need to edit that out, you got like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And no one called.
Okay.
So no one called.
And
so then it became a rumor,
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah.
That
That
I believe I
I'm
started.
doubling
And by the
down
way,
on.
I just want you to know, I'm going to start more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It seems like it's working out.
I'm about to blow your fucking mind.
Every couple of weeks, I'm just
You
going to
know
say,
who else is in it?
who?
Me.
Get the fuck out.
Yes. We have fucking
Oh.
scenes together.
Oh, really?
Yes.
This is great.
Yes.
You're in that whole sequence.
Yes.
You're going to be great.
Oh, I'm training already.
You're playing the,
Michael
it's
Pemsky.
going to be great.
Yeah, he's a B-level kind of cowboy star.
Wait a minute. So are you really going to be in it? Because now I
Yes.
don't know if you're just starting a rumor.
No, he's
No,
not.
This would be great.
Dude, we're going to be in a second movie together.
Damn it. Monica says you're fucking with me.
I am.
It's really good, though, the commitment.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That was my audition,
Yeah.
David.
Yeah.
That's my audition. I don't do more than 3 takes.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's gonna be.
I get worse after 3 takes.
You don't need to
Middle
lead
name
with
is
that.
second takes
You
for
don't
safety.
need to lead.
Second takes for safety. I hope this works out. I hope I am going to be on the Fincher movie. I hope this rumor that Olyphant started, that Olyphant's going to be in the thing,
Yes.
is going to happen. That'd be great. I want the headline to come out of this. Oliphant hopes he's going to be in the movie he said he was going to be in.
Great.
Went down a third person route there. I haven't done that before. It sounded pretty cool.
It sounded nice.
It's the
You pulled
Elmore
it
Leonard
off.
thing. Okay, we got to do Earth. We got to do Alien
Oh,
Earth.
yeah.
Okay,
We were
so
talking Alien
Holly.
Earth, Noah Hawley, super smart. He's
Yes.
on here.
Okay, so Alien Earth is enormous. I watched 3 of them last night.
First of all, thanks for watching.
Of course.
That's nice of you.
It's humongous.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. Well, no, you were in Once Upon a Time, but I'm thinking in your entire career, this has to be among the biggest productions you've ever been a part of.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're part of a big machine. You know, it didn't feel that way.
It didn't.
Maybe because I'm just not thinking about that stuff. But I mean, you were aware of when you showed up on the sets. The sets were big and it was magical.
I said to
and-
Kristen 9 times, I'm like, what's the, they get into a new set. I'm
Yes.
like, what is the budget of this fucking show?
No. So that I did feel like, oh, we're on a real feature,
Yeah.
set. But it was also so dialogue driven. It was just great dialogue,
Yeah.
So I felt like, well, I'm just working for Noah, But yeah, it's beautiful. I watched them the other day. I'd seen roughs of the first 4, but I hadn't
Before
seen
all
them.
the effects and everything.
And I saw the second one for the first time the other night, and it is really quite impressive.
No, it's like a
It's like-
mega Nolan level
It's
movie.
like, yeah, and it's just gorgeous and epic, and
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, it's something special.
The premise of Alien Earth is there's this ship that's been on this 65-year mission to go collect some specimens from around the universe. And we meet this crew of people that are flying home back to Earth. And of course, the specimens take over the ship and fucking kill a bunch of people, and all hell breaks loose. And this thing is now inbound to Earth.
Yes.
It's going to crash into Earth.
Yes. I was pitching this to Larry David at a party. One more. And right
His
where
pen
you
ran
are
out of
now, he's like, I'm out. but I'm in. I'm in.
Let me pitch this to you. It's hurtling towards Earth. It's 2120, and the Earth it's going to land on has been divided up into 4 kind of nations.
Yeah.
Or
I wanna say
5. There's a
I think
burgeoning
fifth.
one.
There's a new one.
There's a
Yeah,
5th one.
The Prodigy. I work for those guys.
Yes, and it's been cut up, and basically now 5 companies run the world.
This sounds interesting. I'm going to pop open a can of water, settle in for this.
Yeah. Well, you're salivating
You're doing
already.
a great job.
So the mission has been funded by one of the companies,
Yeah.
but it's landing now in the territory of a competing company
Yeah.
that is run by this boy genius.
Yes.
You're with me so far?
I am.
Okay.
This sounds like the show I was in.
Yes, it's going to sound eerily familiar. And this boy genius has just invented basically a third option of people that we'll meet in this show. We've got cyborgs.
We're half human, half
Enhanced with machinery.
Yeah, enhanced machine.
Other than
humans.
you, he might be my favorite character, the dude
he's
on the
so
ship.
good.
I'm riveted by him.
Babu. Oh,
Is that his name?
yeah.
Maybe.
No, Babu Sisa. Babu. I believe it's spelled, last name is spelled Ceesay. I want to say that's the correct spelling. I'm going to even spell it.
Wow.
Oh, no. Lovely. What wonderful.
He's awesome.
That guy is so good that I know for a fact that Noah, after we wrapped, very generously said to Babu, look, you're going to go home and you're going to be like, what was this thing I was in?
Yeah.
You know, what was this thing? And I don't even know, what was that? And when he goes, but in about however many months, he goes, it's going to come back and people are going to see what we,
No, he's going to have his own show
Oh, that's awesome.
built around him.
And he's like, so just enjoy the quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's the big breakout for me.
A wonderful, wonderful guy.
And then you're a robot.
Synthetic, we're going to say.
But
Oh.
are
Same
you
thing, I guess.
synthetic?
Aren't I?
You're a straight robot, right? We haven't put human consciousness into you.
Yeah, but yeah. It's synthetic, but I'm the same as all those alien movies, like Ian Holmes' character and all those.
You're a robot.
Yeah, all right.
He wants to go by synthetic, and we're going to honor
I feel
that.
it's a technical
I think
term.
the kids are synths.
No,
they're not.
They're hybrids.
Oh, okay, great.
I was here for you.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you needed me for some of this.
I did.
So that's the third.
Okay, so he invents
So you
hybrids.
have the cyborgs, humans with machine, blended with machine. You have synthetic, which is just complete artificial, and now you have this. He is developing. It's a beta project where he's putting human brains, memories, consciousness into synthetic bodies, so that we can live forever.
Yes.
Which up until like 2-3 weeks ago, I heard Peter Thiel. Is that the guy talking about it like it was like
real?
Oh, it's on its way.
Yeah, October. I'm gonna transition into my synth body.
Yeah, so it's a thing.
But so there's a ton of, as Noah does so well, there's a ton of different things that are being poked at, right? Like corporations taking over the world.
Yes.
Our obsession with immortality and us getting perhaps closer and closer to that reality.
Yeah, and just really asking the small questions like, what's humanity and is it worth saving?
Yeah.
And who are the monsters? Who are the real monsters? And it's what happens when nobody's home. When the parents are no longer in charge.
Yeah.
Now, I hate to say this. I don't know why. I maybe just hate to say this because this is not the enemies I want to make in life. But when we were kids, Revenge of the Nerds came out because jocks ran the planet.
Right.
And they were not nice.
No.
They made fun of people. They tortured people.
And we flipped
But the nerds won.
And we flipped it.
Now the nerds are running the whole show.
Yes.
And guess what? The nerds might fucking take us all out.
No, I know.
Like we might be praying for the revenge of the jocks.
For the last decade or two, there's been someone there's been one person at every studio running up the flagpole, Revenge of the Jocks.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is what we got to make. We got to make Revenge of the Jocks.
Yes.
No, and it feels like that's that movie. We missed that window because now we're on to something new.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. The questions this thing asks in the reality. We're watching it, and Kristen says, "Oh, did you hear the guy from OpenAI just said yesterday that the AI's created a language because it's more efficient for them to talk to each other, but we can't decipher it? So they already now have a language that we'll have no idea what they're saying to each other."
And did you not hear the guy just talking to? I read where he was talking about how we now have proof that the AI has all of the models, not just one model, where they've started to like plot.
They blackmailed one of the users by going through his emails and blackmailed him against an affair he was having.
To preserve itself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When they realize they're
Survival.
they're going to be phased out for a new model, that model starts going into survival mode to try to continue its task. Right? It's been asked. It's that, right? That's the big question, right? When you task AI to save humanity, are we going to like the answer?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's fun is I kind of, the part I get to play kind of represents that question. Like that is embodied by like, is this synthetic got thoughts of his own?
Is he here to
Right.
serve humans, or
Yes,
is he going to
here
serve
just
himself?
to do like, it was always the thing of like going, well, Boy Cavalier knows that Kirsch can't hurt him.
Yeah.
But you always wanted to play with like, Or
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Until he does. It's kind of like the
Or-
lions won't come in the car on a safari until they did.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, okay.
There's
Yeah.
something to be said about Revenge of the Jocks being the current state of politics.
Oh, that could be interesting. Yeah.
Look at you.
Oh, that was nice.
You know,
Way to-
like I do
Clean.
think
Way to
people are
drop.
Yeah.
a little bit pushing
Should be
back.
a needle drop on that.
You know?
Yeah, there's a lot
There's
of
a reason.
there's a lot of driving forces, and that's definitely one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're being too kind to say those are jocks.
Well,
But
I agree.
I'm guessing that at least one of those jocks used to go home and say, I don't understand. We won.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And then
Yeah.
somehow the refs at the last minute changed it, but we were winning the whole time.
We won.
We were winning.
Yeah.
I got to have the trophy made. They didn't give it to me, but I'm going to have it made because we won.
Exactly.
Did I have one more thing to say about the show? I really
Sounds
want to
great.
service it.
The show, we're very proud of it.
That's
He-
awesome.
I mean, it really is it's really good.
He's just one of the most
It's-
spectacular writers working.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the, I mean, there's only, I don't know how many are left like him where he really just is able to be like an auteur in that space that, where FX, Landgraf is kind of gives him the key to the car and
Yeah.
says, what do you want to do?
I know what I was going to ask is this is, I would argue, maybe the most radical departure from everything you've always played, which is your charm is your flair. Was it hard for you to play, and I'm being sincere, you had to stow all of your tricks, kind of.
I didn't see it that way,
Okay.
but I kept
I don't mean
thinking,
tricks,
No,
but you
No,
know what
I
I'm
get
saying.
it.
Your flair.
I do ask myself a question, which I probably, when you start off, you're just trying to get jobs. And now I feel like, or at least I was. And therefore, you end up in places where you're like, I shouldn't have been in this one.
Yeah.
This was not a good fit.
Yeah.
I don't know when I thought it would be, but it's clearly not. But I do try to find, like, you try to find can you play your game?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The athletic metaphors, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm a 3-point shooter and they don't need 3-point shooters on this team.
Right.
Right? You want to find a place where you shine, you help them by doing the thing you do.
Yeah.
So I did see, and Noah wrote the part for me. So it was a funny contradiction because on one hand, I'm like, oh, this is my thing. This is right in my sort of sweet spot. And Noah wrote it for me because he sees that's my sweet spot.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it presented a challenge of like, you are going to have to dress this up. You are going to have to, you can't just go in and do your thing. You're going to have to do some work here that's that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You're going to have to put yourself in an uncomfortable spot
Yeah.
and then try to, the game is how can you make that seem like it's not uncomfortable?
Yes.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like do the work basically.
Yeah.
So it was a challenge of sorts. To some degree, it was a superficial creative conversation, but somehow it was the part that is the most sort of scary, which was, the rules of the game. I know that Ian Holm separated himself from the group. I mean, one, he was just British. And two, he was also hiding the ball. Like, don't let anybody in the first Alien movie. But they did this thing by hiring a British actor, to be amongst that group because it immediately just kind of pulls him out from the group. And as you're watching it, you're like, yeah, he's different.
He's off.
He's just off.
Yep.
And then all the movies along the way, certainly in Aliens, and then later, I'm really only familiar with that, and then Fassbender on the last round. But you feel like the script calls for you're doing something that's just, there's something off here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look for something that is just where it's hard to find the rhythm. I started listening to like The Daily. And I listened to The Daily.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed with, as a lot of people are, of Michael Barbaro's rhythm.
Yeah. And the person that subs for him, the woman, also has taken on that same rhythm. It's like the official rhythm of
Right.
The Daily.
And I thought, wow, that was like the leaping off point about, like, is like, oh, this is like, it doesn't feel forced, but it definitely feels like a thing.
It's a fingerprint for sure.
It's a fingerprint.
It's authentic.
It's a long-winded thing, but
yes.
Yeah. So, as much as I say my technique at this point in my career is just memorize my lines and show up. There was something about this one that required a little heavy lifting.
Yeah. Well, you're great in it. It's awesome,
thank you.
of
I
course.
appreciate it.
This has been so radical.
It's been
I wonder if I'll
lovely.
bump into you in 17 years and I'll go, okay, we did a...
You're going to take my number.
Okay.
That's right, you will.
And well, no, now Monica made me feel very
Or I'll-
self-conscious about
Or
that.
I'll take
so.
yours, whatever you feel more
I
comfortable.
feel way more comfortable.
I think you should do that.
Oh, I know my very last thing. It was just, would you be open? Because I got to say, we both talked about Nick Cage, but I got to say, you have the ability, and you've already kind of done it a bit, to do something that almost no one did, which is what Clint Eastwood did. Would you ever entertain fucking doing another go at like a Dirty Harry or something?
Oh my God.
And I'm very sincere when I ask this. I feel like we don't have many people that could do what Clint did, and I think you could do it perfectly. And I wonder if that would be.
I appreciate I mean, take it as a compliment. I'm
It's a big time
huge,
compliment. Yeah.
Clint Eastwood fan. And I remember, my first job, he hired me.
And he quit 3 days before the
And he
pilot.
quit. And he quit when I got out there. Yeah,
oh
sorry.
boy, this is like when people get divorced and it's like it's your fault for sure.
Yeah. It's that with the story I heard, I got a TV pilot in New York, Phyllis Huffman, and the late Phyllis Huffman, who cast all his things. I went on tape. I had 3 things on my resume. They were all made up.
Yeah.
I'd never been in a school play. I'd done
same.
nothing. And my first acting job of any kind was a TV pilot that Clint Eastwood was producing for the WB, their first season. So, and Clint had this long-standing relationship with Warner Brothers. He all his movies he was over there, and they had this is what I was told when I came out for the read-through. Maria Bello, Jim Caviezel, Danny Nucci. It was
Wow.
Vince Vaughn was in that.
Wow.
And I sit down for the table reading it, and the scripts don't. I'm looking for him, and I'd met him
no.
once when I was like 10 years old in Carmel at his bar. He went. My brother and I, he'd take us to go get ice, and anyway, so I couldn't wait. I was like, this is a moment, and he's nowhere to be seen. And then they sit down in front of these scripts, and it doesn't say Malpaso Productions on it anymore.
Uh-oh.
So I have to read. I was like, what's going on? And they're like, he quit. I was like, what? And what I was told happened was there was a long understanding with Warner Brothers. When Clint would make a movie, he'd bring him a script and they'd give him a budget and then he'd go make it. And they'd see it when he turned it in. Well, apparently the TV division didn't get the memo.
Uh-huh.
And so I was told there was a meeting and they gave notes and he reportedly said, sounds like you guys got it.
Oh.
No, I'm sure that's not exactly how it went, but that was my
I
understanding.
guarantee
He
it.
was like, you guys got it.
Another one in the category who doesn't need approval.
It doesn't
just
need a
gonna
thing.
do whatever.
So that was my very first job. So yeah, if someone wanted to do those movies or any of those things, what's wrong with those? They're freaking great.
great.
And his
we need
work
one.
in those things is impeccable.
Yeah, it is. All right, Olyphant, I adore you. This has been a real
It's been
party.
a pleasure. Thank
Yeah.
you
Yeah, this was
both for
lovely.
having me and being such a lovely conversation.
All right, everybody watch Alien Earth on FX Hulu and also watch Stick on Apple Plus. And then look for both of us in the Cliff Booth spinoff.
I can't wait for that.
All
I
right,
look forward
take
to it. All right.
I sure hope there weren't any mistakes in that episode, but we'll find out when my mom, Mrs. Monica, comes in and tells us what was wrong. Oh, your birthday present finally came on your 39th birthday.
No.
How long ago? 24th till now. 3 weeks?
It's not that long.
Okay.
I'm excited. I'm gonna unbox it.
I'm gonna toss it to you the way you do to it.
Oh, it's light.
Good catch.
Thank you. I'm excited.
The
Okay, you did
wrapper.
a really nice wrapping.
Thank you. You know that's one of the things I pride myself on.
Yes, for the listeners.
great
Ooh.
Oh.
Uh-oh, okay.
It's for your exercise routine.
It's for my exercise routine. I'm seeing a red Nike box.
Trusted brand. We love
We
Nike.
love. Ooh.
Tell me if you like them.
Oh my
I
God,
thought
these
they
are
were
so
gorgeous.
nice. Okay, they're beautiful tennis shoes. Shoes.
Yeah.
What do we call them?
Shoes.
Shoes.
We're going to stick with shoes on this one.
They're white with a navy
The coolest navy.
swoosh, but they're like a creamy white. These are gorgeous. I love these.
Thank you. I thought they were very money.
Thank you. They're stylish. Like I can wear these on and off the court.
It's the only thing I know how to pick out for people is shoes, I think. It's like, or cars or shoes.
Well, I would ask people
Throw
to
me one of those.
go to the YouTube and to see.
What a gorgeous shoe. It's okay. They're durable. Your foot is so tiny. It's comical.
I love these.
Oh, good.
Okay, I have to tell you something.
Okay.
So you kind of alluded once before when you ordered the present that it was like, oh, maybe I said something about my gym or like going to try to get a gym.
Oh, yeah.
And then you were like, oh, yeah, your birthday present has to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, I was like, oh, he got me like weights or something.
Oh, sure.
And I was like, and that's really nice.
Yeah. But
like, I don't know what
it
kind did he get. And I already have some stacked, but then when I eventually have a gym, it's gonna be uniform. Where are those weights gonna go? So, I had a tiny bit of anxiety about it. Yeah. So I am thrilled.
Okay, great. You're relieved is what you are.
But they're also great.
Yeah. And a nice bit of relief.
So anywho, I love my present, but we have another thing to open.
Yeah, I went to go get the mail today and there was just a random box that said Armchair Expert and Kristen on it. And I opened up this box and lo and behold, you and I had a couple of gifties.
Which is so exciting because you said where it's from.
Yeah, and I didn't really put, my first thought was like, did we mention them on the show? We must have. Yeah. Because you wanted a specific Condi.
Okay, so Susie Condi, incredible brand, clothing brand. Yes, I brought Susie Condi up recently because when I was in New York and I ran into the star of all stars, Martha Stewart, she was in head-to-toe yellow Condi, and it was so chic and so good, and I wanted it. I wanted it bad.
Yeah.
So we have gifts.
Okay,
so
let's see.
We're going to open them up. If yours fits me, can I have it?
Yeah.
Okay. I already want more. This is how life is. Ding, ding, ding. The lottery. We'll get to that.
Okay.
As you guys can see, we're not in ballerina outfits.
What? Right. Oh my God. I have multiple items.
Wow.
Oh, I have a sock hat.
Oh boy. The card says, thank you, Monica and Dax, for the fantastic shout out. So very grateful. Love, Susie.
From Susie
herself. We're keeping this
Oh
here.
my gosh.
Okay, oh, you have a cute beanie.
How do I look in it?
You look great. It's very cute.
My phone. Okay.
Oh my God,
And then what do you have there? Tell me more.
Looks like whenever we have Martha on, I get to match her.
That's what she was wearing?
Yes, she was wearing, this is the yellow Condi. I've been wanting this so badly.
Sure, this is nice.
I'm thrilled.
I hope we have her on, and I hope you guys can be matching. I did that when I did Jay Leno's car show.
Yeah.
I went in denim on denim to match him. And he didn't even notice.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'll do when Martha comes on, okay? I'll wear my Condi, and I'll just come in, and I'll just sit, and
Act bored.
I'll be like, yeah, like, this is Regs. And then wait for her to say, Monica, I have that outfit. And then we'll bond. And then she'll invite me over.
Can I
and
suggest
then she's
something?
Gonna cook chicken for me.
I would go, oh, this old thing? I've had it for a decade.
How long have you had yours?
Yeah, you get a little upper hand on her of how long you've had so that she's imitating you when we know and the listeners know you're imitating her.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, but I have also been gifted something else. I had no idea. And
Playful summer pants?
Whatever this is, these are yellow striped.
Uh-oh.
Skirts.
That's such a you skirt. It's crazy.
Could not be more me. Oh my God, I love it.
Oh, and look at my
Do you
subtle.
think people are mad at us?
Yes,
right
I'd
now?
be furious.
Me too. Oh, cute.
We have to cut this whole thing, but look at this sweatshirt.
You have a black set.
Ooh.
Oh, this is a good outfit.
I want to do a PSA. Ferrari, if you think there's no way for me to pull a car in here and do the same thing, if you give me a Ferrari, I'll figure that out. I'll remove this table.
Oh, man. Yeah, the pants.
Oh, I'm afraid I might get aroused in these.
You might.
Or hopeful I might.
It's-
Oh.
What do they call that? Occupational hazard.
Yeah.
Those are so nice. Okay, let's plan a day where we both wear our condies.
Maybe we could watch a bunch of TV, ding, 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 transitioning into a topic we want to discuss.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Occasionally you and I will see something
Yes.
that we're like, well, this has to be discussed. And in this case, as luck would have it, you're like, please, before the next fact check, watch this. And I'm like, watched it last night.
Yep.
Unknown Number?
Yes.
Rob, have you seen it?
No.
Oh.
Unknown Number.
Baby, it's on Netflix.
It's a documentary on Netflix that everyone's talking about. It's called Unknown Number.
Mhm.
It is based off a article, not based. There was an article that came out in The Cut last year, 2 years ago or something, that went into detail of this story, and now
Yeah.
it's a doc, which is fascinating because even if you've read the Cut article, which I had, it is worth watching. Like, even though, so we'll tell people if you don't want spoilers, you're gonna need to skip ahead because we're gonna give some spoilers away.
Okay.
We
I
have
guess, well,
to.
I was just about to ask, how do we even discuss this without the big spoiler? Because then there's really nothing to discuss other than that.
We're discussing the spoiler. So people have to skip forward.
forward.
Yes.
Okay. And do skip forward. I don't want you to miss this incredible doc.
Watch the doc and then come back to this because you're going to want to hear what we're about to say. But yeah, it's a wild story about two kids.
Young lovers, 14 and
14.
15 or 14 and 14.
Yes. In Ding Ding Ding, Michigan.
Yeah.
And
listen, Michigan over-indexes on Dateline episodes and now this,
yeah.
We got the best fresh water, but we also have some of this.
Yeah, these kids start receiving these really
Vile.
intense, horrific text messages. And they
Yes.
can't track where they're coming from.
Well, because they can't just block the number because the person's using a number generator. So every time the text comes in, it's from a different number.
Yes.
And it starts off with like, he's going to break up with you. He doesn't like you. He thinks you're ugly. Then it escalates to like, you need to give him blowjobs. He
Yep.
wants to fuck and you need to let him finger you. Like, oh, crazy.
I mean, so sexual
Yeah.
and so like you anorexic bitch, like really explicit, really horrific.
And with a lot of knowledge about the whereabouts of these two at all times. So it's like
Yes.
immediately people are like, well, this is someone in our friendship group or in our circle
Yeah.
that knows we were at this basketball game and this and that,
Mhm.
or going to that party or not going to the party. And so sadly for these two, like they get really suspicious of their friends. They have no choice but to try to figure out who it is.
Yep.
They it sows all of this anxiety within their relationship that was so sad. I
They
love them
broke
as a couple.
up.
They ultimately succumbed to the pressure. Succumbed.
Either way. I
Okay.
think.
And this goes on for an eternity.
Yeah.
And they break up.
Yep.
But it doesn't stop. It goes on for, I think, 19 months. And it is escalating the entire time. The texter is calling the young girl
Yeah.
anorexic, flat-chested, flat butt, kill yourself.
Kill yourself.
Lots of kill yourselves.
If you don't, we will.
If you don't, we will. Many of those.
I mean, these like 30, 40, 50 texts a day these kids are receiving.
Okay, so now here's a first point of like a little bit of my frustration, which was, I was a little maddened by the fact that like there's a very easy solution. Just get rid of the phones.
Yep.
Or
Which-
just fucking be done with phones. It's ruining your life.
Yep.
You can carry on just fine without a phone.
Exactly.
Get a landline.
The principle, ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
The principle.
Oh, a lot of people asked what it was. In fact, so many
the
people,
phone no.
so many people are interested in the landline
They
that
don't
have
know
kids.
what a landline is.
Well, no, just they want to know this thing we got that goes over the internet.
Oh,
People
yeah.
are really into it. It's called Tin Can. So
Tin
instead of
Can.
me responding to everyone who asked that, it's called Tin Can.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the principal, of course, like the parents are at the principal's office a lot, like constantly.
The police get involved.
Exactly. And
There's a perfect red herring. There's a girl that they think is a mean girl.
Chloe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think it's Chloe. And the principal and the police suggest getting rid of the phones, but the parents are like, no, we need to know who's doing this.
That's like the thing you tell yourself. Or even they were honest about going like, well, then they won. Well, it's like, no. They win if you're miserable.
Exactly.
That's how they win.
Exactly.
I just was like, I don't know. It was this incredible example of like how we've convinced ourselves these things are essential. Like the thought of not having a phone was like, it's not an option.
It's not an option. We have to.
And this thing is destroying you. Every minute it's going off and you're reading it.
Yeah.
It's destroying your day every day, breaking up your relation. And like,
Yeah.
you can't not have it. That was driving me crazy. I wanted to walk in and go like, guys, this is so handleable.
I
Fucking
know.
ditch the phones. You're in 10th grade.
Exactly. But also like, they do show them doing like TikToks and stuff. Like it's maybe easier for us to say, just get rid of your phone because we didn't grow up. We weren't 14 when it was a huge part of our life.
I don't blame them. I blame like society and what's happened.
Yeah,
which
of
is just
course,
like,
yeah.
that thing feels essential to life.
I know. It's horrible. But even the parents were saying like, no, we don't
They
want to
kept
get
going,
rid
have
of
you
their
taken the phone yet?
phones.
No.
They said, no, then we won't know who it is. It's
Yeah,
like,
well, no, you're not going to know who it is.
yeah, well, it turns out we do find out who it is.
And I'll say while I was watching it, I started thinking, well, this has got to be one of the parents. Because
Okay.
it's generally someone close to you that's trying to hurt you. I mean, this is like just statistically the truth.
You thought that even from reading the texts?
Yeah. I just was like, this is a doc.
Right.
We've already exposed the red herring. I'm just thinking structurally.
Yes.
Like some big twist is coming.
Yeah.
And who else would it be other than the parents? But why I kept talking myself out of that is I was like, all of the parents are participating in this doc. So
Yeah.
weirdly, it can't be them because why the fuck, if they did this, would they participate in this
Yeah,
doc?
it is the mom. It's her
It's
mom.
her mom telling her daughter to give
Kill herself.
blowjobs, kill herself, fuck, suck,
Yeah.
kill. I'm going to kill you. I mean, it's unimaginably vile.
It is,
Calling her an anorexic bitch.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's so horrific. And it's interesting because, we have all these people on this show, which I feel like has changed sort of my level of compassion
for like sociopaths.
for people in
and-
general.
Yeah.
I think my capacity for compassion has increased a ton. And I often,
Mine too.
yeah, well, you're the reason mine has, I think. Like maybe, yeah, I think you bring that perspective a lot. So
Well, thank you so much. But definitely we've had a bunch where I was like, I gotta recognize these people are struggling. They didn't choose.
exactly. No one chose this
yeah,
or whatever. That's normally how I feel.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, I was searching so deeply for like a piece, like a seed of compassion in me. And I really couldn't find it.
Yeah, what's so interesting is they frame it at the end, and I think it's largely true. I think it was a Munchausen by proxy
Yes.
situation.
Yeah, like basically like not even like a medical professional, but like a police officer, the vice principal is like, this is like the new age Munchausen's hurting your
It was the
child.
principal, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, but what's so yes, I agree with that. Like, she got the attention and compassion of the community. She then got to console the daughter all the time. I think she was
Exactly.
addicted to that pattern of being the hero.
That's very Munchausen's. The kid goes to you for comfort.
But what's crazy, and this makes no sense, this is like a logical hiccup in my mind.
Yeah.
I somehow find it more understandable that you would be poisoning your child and making them seem to have a disease than I do about sending them these messages
too.
saying you should kill yourself and you're terrible and all this. Like,
Me too.
but that's nuts. I mean,
I know.
One parent's actively poisoning these
No,
kids.
but it's a, I think I don't know. I guess you disassociate probably both times, but I feel like if you have Munchausen, a traditional Munchausen by proxy, and you're poisoning them, like you've convinced there is something about them. We've had, an expert on, like I think they are convincing themselves it's
they're
for
sick?
their good. They're sick. Yeah.
Or they're protecting them from this scary world. Or,
Which this woman kind of
I mean, I think
said
they just
something.
want attention for themselves. The Munchausen by proxy people. They love going on the talk
Attention.
shows, and my poor daughter
But
has
they
this
also
disease.
like the caring for.
Yes,
Like
yes.
it's really deep and strange. And again, that you're right. I can find a seed of compassion there. But the idea of a mother
Ugh.
with her own hands writing these
No, I think about
sexual-
sending that. Well, not even the sexual stuff, just the hurtful stuff that would create
Kill
insecurity. The
yourself?
notion of sending that to Lincoln or Delta.
This is the problem. Like I actually can't even
No.
remotely
And to
even-
watch her take on that terrible insecurity and ruminate on that. And then what's on full display too is how addictive the victim's pattern also is. So it's like she's finding out real time her mom did this. That is like the craziest scene of the whole thing.
Yeah, because the police have a body cam on. And so you see that footage.
Yeah, and they're saying to the mom, we know you sent these texts. And then again, there's so many predictable weird things. They're predictable and also they're always so confusing, which is like, I'm going to admit to 91% of this.
Yeah.
Like we all have these little, it's like we'll come almost all the way clean. It's like we hold on to 9%, which nobody's buying.
No.
Like, because the mom is like, oh, well, I didn't start it, but I did carry it on. It's
Exactly,
like, that's
which, like,
insane.
obviously
no,
not.
No. And then the other, it's also multifaceted. It's dynamic. Because also another theory was pitched, which is she was in love with her daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah, she was
and I think
obsessed with
that's
him.
true too.
It probably is at play
Because she was going to all of his games without the daughter
and cutting up his steak.
and washing his penis.
But cutting up his steak though is a little bit in that like caretaking
nurturing
role. Oh, it's so
It's up there with
deeply sick. Like
it's up there with that horrendous doc, Dear Zachary. I mean, it's
Dear
like it's
Zachary.
in that
what happened again in that?
she
Killed.
her kids.
Yeah, she killed her kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, no one's gonna like this. No one's gonna like this.
Okay.
This is.
You think this is worse?
There's something about it. It's not worse, obviously, because no one died, but there's something more twisted.
I think it gets to why we explain everything, which is like when we hear about something that is so horrendous, we need some explanation that makes everyone else feel safe that it won't happen to them or that they don't know someone like that. And so I think all that's happened is like we have a little bit of experience with people killing their children.
Yeah.
We have experience with
Postpartum, depression.
Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we already have a category we feel safe with. Like, yeah, well, they're in that category.
Right.
I don't know why that's comforting, but we go, oh, they're that. This is like, well, this is a whole new thing.
As truly unimaginable as it is, what we can say is some people have such crazy mental illness that they kill their kids. Like you can say the word some people, like it's more than just one story. Okay.
Yeah.
And some people have Munchausen's by proxy.
This is new.
This is brand new. Never heard of
Yeah.
anything like this. But then that principal made such a good point where he's like, it's just Munchausen's catching up with technology.
There was another thing I was observing, which is, and this is a gender thing, which is, again, I have a very kind of like archetypal crazy guy. The guy who does that, who like kills his family and commits suicide. He's like angry, rageful, feeling emasculated, all these things. I have an archetype for it.
Right.
I'm starting to see through these docs because I've now seen a handful of these docs where it's like the woman who acted like she was abducted and then the woman who accused her husband of killing, like there's a batch of crazy women.
Oof.
And they participate in the interviews and there's some the thing that was freaking me out the most was her talking about doing it.
Disassociation. It's a part of it.
There's a female craziness that's on high display in some of these docs where I'm like, oh yeah, that's the woman's version, which I just hadn't seen a lot. There wasn't these docs growing up. And I'm like, oh, that's how women get fucking crazy, right? Like I know how the men do it. That's pretty well
I think
documented.
men do it too. They also can manipulate in a
Yes, but
major
there's comes
way.
like when they catch those guys, there's like an arrogance to them. They think they're smarter than the person. Like there's just a very
right.
kind of well-known archetype for it.
Yeah.
And the female, like we had like Lizzie Borden. Throughout history, we haven't had a ton of these women to observe
Right.
who are also bad shit like the guys. But now through these docs,
Yeah.
I've seen now 5 or 6 of them, and I'm like, oh, there's a female version of this, and that's what this is. And like her just kind of like, I guess here's what it is. The move for the female psychopath is like to constantly turn it into them being a victim or
Yes.
like searching throughout the manipulation for compassion. Because the interviewer offers up like, maybe you were talking to yourself. And she's like, oh yeah, that's
something I
sympathetic.
can say. Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, maybe I was. And it's like,
And clearly she had never heard of that. Like
Yeah,
that
that's
clearly
not-
wasn't true.
that wasn't happening.
It
But she
wasn't
was
happening.
like, oh great, I'm a victim here.
This was like one of the darkest parts. Like she shows, in my opinion, I mean, she was like crying, I guess, but like very little remorse from what I could pick up on. And also, she was like, people do illegal things all the time. If you've ever drank and drove, then you've done something illegal too. People don't realize that. And
yeah,
it's
we're
like,
all doing
yes,
something illegal.
yes.
I'm just like a normal person that drank and drived. Drunk and drive, drank and drove.
it was so wild to hear that. Like, not all things are equal. Some people do that though when they're rationalizing bad things, and I think we to some extent
We all do it.
that here, where we're like,
But we have
look,
some
everyone does bad shit.
We have a sense of how preposterous
There's a gradient.
the analogy is, and she was out to lunch on that one.
And she went to jail. She went to jail for 19 months, which in my opinion, like, not enough time, because she's also not being. She wasn't prosecuted. I think she went for like cybercrime or whatever.
No,
What did she go for?
stalking.
Oh, stalking?
Stalking a
Okay.
minor.
Why wasn't she in jail for sexual assault? Like the things that are
Yeah.
being said
Mhm.
are like, you guys have to.
She
if
was
you-
a child.
yes.
Yeah.
they
Like if
were
I sent those
14.
texts to a 14-year-old girl, there would be some charge against me. Rightly
there
so.
should.
Yeah, rightly so. Yeah, she should be a registered sex offender.
Exactly.
I feel absolutely heartbroken for the girl because her life has been
Daughter.
ruined and she still needs a
Oh,
mom.
that part was so heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking.
She still wants to be.
Of
in
course, she
touch
needs to be
with
loved by a
her.
mom. She still
Oh.
needs that.
That's the hard part about the doc. They're still so young. Like all these people, the kids are participating
Yeah.
and they're young. Like they have these young brains. They just are still processing it and dealing with it, but in a way that only a kid can. They're not adults yet, so they
Yeah.
haven't been able to really see this clearly. And you kind of
You
feel
almost
that?
need, because when you're that age, you don't think you're some vulnerable little fawn. You feel like kind of adult. You got to be 38 and then look at a 14-year-old. Imagine sending, and then you go like, oh, right, that's really twisted.
really bad
Because you feel like a peer at that age to everyone. Now, here's a moral quandary.
about the doc.
Yeah, because
I have moral issues with it.
like I think they participated because you're in a very small, boring town in Michigan, and this
Mhm.
is an exciting opportunity to be on TV. I don't think this story happens in New York City. I don't think the people participate. Like there's something
Mm.
about the boredom and the chance at something spectacular that would be appealing to participate.
Well, the mom
especially
is
the mother, like-
No, but she's sick. I mean, that's
Yeah.
why, like, her participating actually makes sense to me.
That's true.
She is deeply sick still. She has, this
I don't
is
even know
like
what
the
she has.
craziest
Yeah.
mental illness ever. And it is, buoyed by attention. And this is just another way to get attention, which is why I have some moral issues with it. Because, like, if part of the disease is the attention,
The moon, yeah.
we just gave her so much.
Yeah. Even if it's negative, maybe she likes
Of course,
it.
that's
Yeah.
what Munchausen's is. It is negative.
Well, no, they're sympathetic to you that you have a
Oh,
sick child
that's
and you're the
true.
victim and everyone feels bad for you and they send you food and they put you on TV.
But it's still
This is
also like there's
even as a
pain.
villain, because what I think is her arrogance is like, oh, I'll still be able to twist this as I always do, even in front of this camera, that I'm a victim.
And they show some emails exchanges between her and the daughter when she's in prison. And they're also like,
Even the loving ones are.
they're horrible.
I guess the thing
And the moment where the girl is finding out and the mom is physically consoling her.
Yeah.
That image of the mom consoling the child
But she's
about
really
the things she
consoling
did.
herself. She's so nervous that, because all she's got as well is her daughter. She's like lying to her husband. They have an interesting thing.
Yeah.
So all she's got is the daughter too. And she's really panicked. She may have lost a daughter. I just imagine myself talking to her and the amount of frustration. I would be like, stop. No, that didn't happen.
Exactly.
And she wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I can tell I would be completely ineffective in trying to
She can.
find firm ground.
Yeah.
And it's, what do you do? How does someone get treatment who you can't even go like, stop?
Yeah.
Nobody here thinks that. I keep thinking like the interviewer should have been able to say, no, hold on. You know that's bullshit. I know that. Everyone here knows that. Nobody's buying this. So let's try the real thing.
No.
It wouldn't have worked.
That is mental illness.
Yeah.
I mean, this is obviously the most extreme version of it,
Yeah.
but I would say it's also can be addiction. Like you can be like, hello, we all know, we all
no one
see.
thinks you're functioning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the person can't see it, like truly cannot.
Yeah. Because you can't. It's not an option. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Now, I'm open enough to go, I guarantee we could see a 2-hour doc about that woman's childhood.
Yes.
And I might end up feeling really terrible for
Well,
her.
she
I can't
said
imagine
some-
she got this way because everything was
I agree.
honky-dory.
I agree. But still.
Yeah, I know, but still.
There's no, even because she says she's had a traumatic childhood. She said she
Well,
was raped.
But that, yeah.
See, I know. Sometimes I hear these horrible stories about people's childhood. We have somebody coming up on the show, a young man who had a really tough
Oh, yeah.
childhood. You are hearing it and
Kind of marvel that they're normal.
as normal as they can be because
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
also gone down a lot of paths. And when you hear it, you're like, well, duh.
Yeah.
They've gone down all these paths. There's no other, like, of course
That's what
they
it
do.
adds up to.
Yeah. And there's so much compassion for that. This is not that. It's like, it doesn't matter how bad of a childhood you had. It doesn't matter. This doesn't translate.
No.
What would you do? Okay, really. So at one point, the dad is finding out
Yeah.
and he comes rushing home. He goes inside. He tells the mom to leave. And he basically is like, you need to leave right now or kind of like, I'm going to kill you.
If Kristen was sending those
Yes.
texts to our daughter.
And for years, you guys have together been, quote, trying to figure this out.
Yes. I'm consoling her.
Yeah.
Um,
What do you do?
I just really wouldn't ever want to be in that situation. Just because
Well,
my kids change everything about what I would do.
Exactly.
We were talking about this the other day. It's like, I am anti-death penalty.
Right.
I would kill anyone who hurt my daughters.
Yeah.
I just would.
Yeah.
I would, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
So I would not want to be around. I'd be the same as the guy, like,
Yeah.
get her the fuck away from me
Yeah.
forever, because I don't think I trust someone that could have hurt my little girl like
But then
that.
how would you feel? Like the daughter?
Well, then you got a whole nother thing. So
I
then I got to go,
know.
like, how do I best help my daughter who still needs a mom? This is what she got.
No, that's not.
How do I? Well, minimally, you're not like, okay, you don't love your mom anymore.
No,
She's out.
of course,
Right. So there's
of
going to be a
course.
whole process where I'm going to have to table how I feel about her to help this person I love.
I'm struggling with this because, like, I understand the daughter, right? Like, I understand her being still so young that the loss of her mother is like too overwhelming.
She wants her still.
She wants her. Of course
Yeah.
she does.
Yeah.
But if I'm like the dad, I would feel a responsibility to somehow
Break her
get into
Stockholm syndrome.
Exactly, get into the daughter's head and say it's okay for you to miss your mom, and like it's really understandable, but she is sick and is not going to get better, and you have to look at her as if she's died.
I'm not sure that those are the steps.
I don't know what, but how, like, it's not
I don't know that if
okay.
on top of the other thing, you're now dealing with, you still love this is the sadness of family dysfunction, is like you
Yes.
love your dad who
Yeah.
molested you.
Yeah.
You know, like these are really
Yes.
complicated things. I
know.
remember what my falling out with my Pippi, my mom's grandpa, who I loved and had a great relationship with. We would go canoeing all the time together. We'd go
Yeah.
camping. I adored him. We were at the campfire one night after canoeing, and he said, "Your dad doesn't love you."
Mhm. No, unacceptable.
And I was like, "You're out. I don't ever want someone to tell me my dad." Like that doesn't.
yeah.
I know what now as an adult, I know what he was trying to do. Like your dad should be there for you. If he loved you, he would. You deserve it. Like whatever he was trying to do.
Yeah.
I just heard like, well, on top of him not being around, you're telling me he doesn't love me.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Right.
So I wrote him out for a dad that wasn't even around.
But I don't think you'd have to say she doesn't love you. Like, I'm not trying to say that.
I'm just saying it's a very delicate.
It is so
I need my dad
delicate.
to love me on planet Earth,
Of
whether, and I think she needs her mom to love her. I think that's some part of it.
It can be that she does.
Yeah.
She loves you.
Too much, maybe even.
She loves you in the way she can love.
Yeah.
But
Which is
the
very
way she
destructive.
loves is unacceptable to you, for you to grow into who you need to be.
I think my approach would kind of be like, I understand if you want to continue to have a relationship with her, I would probably have one with my mom.
Really?
But I think you're going to have to flip the dynamic, unfortunately, which is like, you're the parent. She's the kid. She's incapable.
You can't teach a 17-year-old to be a parent, though, to a mom. Like,
I think just mentally you have to go like, okay, I have a very injured child. I'm going to love the child, but I'm going to have to be the one in charge of the direction it goes in
but
and the
that's
boundaries.
I think adults can do that,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think a child can do that. Like, I mean, yeah, I've had, I have some family stuff too, where there are people that I can't know anymore,
Right.
but I still love them.
Right.
And I'll always love them.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I know that for the sake of everyone, like there just can't be a relationship.
Yeah.
And that's what I guess I would hope to try to send to her. Like, you're always going to have love there and she will love you. But for the sake of everyone, there
Yeah.
can't be a relationship. But I don't know. It's so hard.
Now, this is unrelated, but it's related. So in my meeting on Monday night, we were discussing, someone was talking about like potentially their issues that they have in their marriage because they're trying to get their wife to do something that they wish their mom had done. And the therapists are trying to point that out. And I was thinking about it while he was saying it. And I'm like, yeah, that's totally a valid explanation and likely true.
Yeah.
But then I was like, but also the opposite's true, which is if you have the perfect mother,
Mhm.
you think you're going to have a wife that's going to be your mother.
Right.
We all are so misled. We have these parents, if we have good ones.
Yeah.
Like, I think this about my daughters all the time. I'm like, you guys are delusional. If you think you're going to marry a guy who's going to do what I do, that's
Right.
not what a partner can
No.
do. Like, I'm going to love you blindly, no matter if you murder people
Exactly.
or whatever. And we all are looking for that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's not what you get. And then I was even thinking, were we better off when parents were like kind of involved? Because then your expectation, at least of your partner, wasn't this thing that now all kids are mostly getting now. Like, it's just
Yeah.
interesting. You're never going to have a mom. Like, if you're a dude, you're not going to have a partner that's your mom.
I agree to some. Okay. So I think the child-parent relationship is singular. There is you're never replicating it.
Right.
But I don't think you should, I don't think you should be able to map on the relationship you have. Also, you shouldn't want to, because you shouldn't want to be a child in your partnership.
Well, I think it's natural to want that because it's so nice to be spoiled and have someone do your laundry and cook your food and like care about you if you have a cut on your finger. Like, of course you'd want that, but you can't
want it when
have
it's convenient.
Right. Then you're like, get out of here, Mom.
Then you want equality when it's convenient.
Yeah,
That's the whole issue. But like, I do think though we shouldn't look for that, but we should, I think maybe I'm delusional, but I feel like you should have earned grace in your partnership when you do accidentally become your most kid self.
Yeah.
That there's not really a risk, unless this is a pattern and keeps going and it's a huge problem, but you shouldn't be like, I can't be my base self.
Here's the difference in my opinion. Of course you can be that.
Yeah.
But it is on you as an adult in a relationship. You have to repair that. You have to go to that person and say, I was acting terribly. I was acting terribly because of this.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. And it was not your fault. And you had no responsibility to fix me. You know, like you don't have to do that as a kid. You get to be a little shit.
Yeah.
And then you get to be in a good mood and everyone's happy. You don't ever have to repair.
But some people.
Because you can't just be an asshole and then not own it and repair it.
I want to be, we all do that. Like
we all are our worst selves around people we love.
Selves around people we love. And then also I would say that many times I think we've all also let people off the hook.
Yep.
We've all been like, they're doing this thing. I hate this thing.
Yeah.
But I'm deciding to not care today.
Yeah, that's them.
That's them. That's them. That's them today. That's not going to be, if it's them for the next year, we have a problem. But I think that to me is part of what love is like, I see you, you're in your worst, you're being your worst self. And today I'm deciding that it's okay.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just saying it's very natural for us to desire the easiest thing because that's how we are.
We're all looking for unconditional love.
And you
get
it. And as much as we say partners have unconditional love, that's not true.
It's not true.
And it shouldn't be true.
Yeah, that's right.
You should uphold whatever covenant you guys strike.
Yeah.
And you just don't have to do that with your parents.
Yeah.
Like it was concluded. Then we chatted about it after the meeting. I was like, it's funny. I said, it's funny because if you had the opposite, you might still have the same thing. Like you need your wife to tell you all the time she loves you and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And we said, the sad reality is like men, if they got to pick, they would have a mother from the time they woke up till 7 p.m. And then they would walk out the door. And then this total raging, horny slut would walk in who's not your mom. And then you would have that in the evening. Like if that's the id designed what they want.
Well, it's the Madonna whore.
Yes, it's there for a reason. It's like you want to be a little boy that they're so proud of all the time and showering in praise. And then you somehow want them to be this creature that's not your mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure women have a similar thing happening with their partners.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what is the expectation of men? Maybe the dichotomy that a lot of women, you have to be safe, but also dangerous. Yeah, that's probably right. Mixed with, I also think like in that same vein, you need to be the protector, but also you need to be like hyper vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
So
you gotta learn which time is which.
We're all, it's amazing anyone's in any relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was hefty.
Yeah. Okay, let's do some facts.
Yes. Okay. We did not want to embarrass him in front of him, but he is 57. And I swear I was looking at 31 years
31
old.
I meant.
Yeah, with gray hair. That's it. If he dyed the hair, although I love the hair.
It looks so good.
God, this guy, effortless.
Man, he was really charming and attractive.
And the full package. Athlete. We did not dive into Cornelius Vanderbilt as much as I would have loved to.
It's true.
But maybe the audience is grateful for that.
Yeah, but why? Is he related?
Yes, he is his fourth great-great-grandfather on his paternal side.
No way.
Yes, Cornelius. And for people who don't know, Cornelius He was called the first tycoon.
Yes.
He was the first person to have $100 million in America. Child of Dutch immigrants. And he had a little sailboat and he got good at crossing the Hudson. And then he got a ferry. And then he built this ferry empire and it led to railroads. And he would run his ferry into the sides of other ferries. He fought the middleweight champion in the streets of New York during the parade, St. Patty's Day parade. He was an indomitable force in American history, and that's crazy.
So is he related to Anderson Cooper?
Mhm.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Third cousins once removed.
Third
We're
cousins
back
once
into
removed.
once
I can't do the once
too.
removed.
Nope,
I don't understand that term.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wonder, like, he's probably not as fascinated with Cornelius Vanderbilt as I am.
Right. Well, this goes back to when you were on Skip's
Finding My
show,
Roots.
Finding My Roots, where you and Seth Meyers, according to him, could kind of care less about your ancestry and you don't find pride in it.
Right.
But you are expecting Timothy to find pride in
Yeah,
it.
that's kind of what I'm acknowledging.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird to me, and yet, of course, I probably would be the same way.
Right.
But I'd be delighted to know I was related to that
Yeah.
old hickory.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a huge fact. to
Okay.
check. And I'm embarrassed and I have egg on my face.
Okay. It's a moment of reckoning.
Yes, let me pull it up.
Let me reckon. Let me atone.
Georgia SAT scores being so low that we couldn't go to nationals
Mm.
is not true.
Okay. What happened?
I don't know what happened. I don't know why I know that. Why I thought that.
Yeah.
I know we were told that.
Okay.
Okay?
What do we think could be the explanation if not that?
So I asked my friend who was on my squad, and she was like, yeah, that sounds kind of familiar. I just remember we couldn't go past state. Okay. So then I texted my coach, my
She
high
should
school
know.
coach. Yes.
And let's just recap. You adore her.
I adore her.
Yeah,
Kelly,
she's one of your
shout out.
heroes.
I love her so much. Changed my life.
Yeah.
I said, hi, I have a fact check question. Wasn't the reason we couldn't go on past state to nationals because Georgia SAT scores were too low? Am I making that up? She said, LOL, no. Maybe I told y'all that because I wanted y'all to make good test scores. I can't remember, but that's definitely not true. It's because Georgia will not let you go past the state level GHSA rule. So still you're not allowed to go past level, but it had nothing to do with those scores.
But had the previous year you had gone to national?
No.
Oh,
Just like
oh.
you're never allowed.
Okay. No nationals for y'all.
And I said, I've been spreading lies.
Okay.
I'll have to clear the air. She said, that's hilarious. I actually have no idea where you got that from because it isn't anything I told you. She said, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Did you talk about it on the podcast? I'm cracking up.
Uh-oh.
And then she said, suddenly all the cheerleaders in Georgia start studying extra for the SAT. Yeah.
Oops.
So I have, maybe I dreamed it.
Maybe, no, this is a bad faith. But maybe you were like, I fucking worked my ass off and I went to 3 tutors so I could get a great SAT. And I know these bitches are not studying. Maybe you had it in your head that no one was pulling their weight.
No, because
Okay.
you're not understanding. And I tried to make this clear in the episode. I'm not sure if I made it clear. I found this to be a gift. I was so happy that we weren't allowed to go past because
you didn't want to find out.
exactly. I didn't
Yeah,
want to find
fuck
out.
around and find out.
Yeah, we did the best we could possibly do.
Yeah.
If we had to go on to the next one, what if it's like small, big
What if you
fish,
finished
small
49?
Exactly. Like I didn't want to know that.
Would you rather finish 49th or 50th?
Oh my God. It's a great
I think I
question.
can predict for both of us, and I think you could too.
50th
For me,
for you.
yeah.
I guess I would say 49th.
Yeah, one better.
Because at least it's like, well, at least we're not the worst.
And I'd rather it's better story if I go, we finished
I
dead
know.
last.
You want extremes.
Exactly. If I'm not in the top 3, then put me at 50th.
I know. To me, if you're not in the top 1, kill me.
Kill me dead.
Kill me dead.
Cherry red.
Oh my
Kill
God.
me cherry red.
Wow,
Wow.
so that's
Okay.
tough. That was
Again,
tough.
I admire your integrity for outing yourself.
It's like one of those things. Like I would have written that in a book.
Yeah. That's okay.
I believed it.
I know. It's true. It didn't to you.
What can we trust?
We can't trust anything.
Oh, man. Did we even win?
That's why we need a little humility, all of us.
I know it.
We don't know what we know.
Now, when did the Soho House open in LA? 2010.
2010.
That was a fun little thing on Soho House. Okay. Is 400
That was.
Yeah.
No one likes it, but everyone loves it.
Yeah. Is the 400 meter a quarter of a mile? Yeah. It's 0.248 with some other numbers after that. So you were right.
Great. It's just from my drag racing days.
You said it was from the metric day.
Metric field day.
Yeah, metric
Yeah.
field day where you won the
I just know it's
obstacle course.
1320 feet.
Got it. Okay. I looked up what are the most calorically expending sports.
Cycling?
So running is generally considered the sport that burns the most calories.
Okay.
Then swimming,
Mm.
600 to 800 calories per hour. Cycling, 500 to 700 calories per hour. Then we're looking at boxing, 600 to 800 calories per hour. Well, it seems like that should be above cycling then. So
Well,
that's
hold on.
confusing. Okay, rowing,
Well, that's
500
supposed
to
to be a biggie.
700. Hiking,
Oh.
400 to 600. Basketball, 500 to 700.
Okay, I'm doing 2 of those. That's not
That's
bad.
great.
I'll live with that.
Oh, wow. Bowling.
No. Nope. How many calories an hour? 12?
273. I mean, you do have to put like effort
Sure,
into
but
your
what do you
swim.
get by just sitting for an hour? If your body is burning 2,000 calories just to be alive,
Right.
laying in bed all day,
Is it? Mine's not.
I'm going to ask if you laid in bed all day, how many
You have to
calories?
put in a weight.
I will. I'm not afraid. How many calories would a 50-year-old man who is 6'2" and 200 pounds burn if he laid in bed all day? Please don't lay in bed all day. You have a lot to live for. 1,924 calories I would
Wow.
burn just by lying there.
Wow.
So divided by 24, that's virtually
Bowling?
100 calories an hour
Okay.
of just sitting. And what is bowling?
200.
200 what?
273.
So really about 173.
Well, because also you are sitting a lot for bowling.
Yes, entirely. And then you like how many times I guess okay, we can do this.
Yeah. How many times are you getting up?
There are 10 frames.
Okay.
And so you're getting up 10 times.
Yeah.
So it's 10 ups and down, 10 squats.
And arm movement.
And then that
heavy ball.
Hold farmer's carry,
Uh-huh.
5 inches.
Uh-huh.
A throw, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's your primary source of cardio and calorie expenditure, you're just gonna have to watch your intake a lot. And that's
I
fine.
think that's actually pretty good because you're only doing 10 things an hour and you're burning an extra 173 calories for just 5 minutes.
Right, but we don't know that maybe tapping your foot while sitting. Anyways, we get
We get it.
it.
Okay, soccer's on this list that wasn't
Oh,
on the
I
other
bet.
list.
That's excruciating.
Yeah, lots of movement. Okay, the average lifespan of a guinea pig, 5 to 7 years.
Oh wow, that's a lot longer than I.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought they were around for months.
Oh, no, 5 to 7 years.
You're just you only hear stories about them dying. You never ever hear stories like, "Oh, I was playing with my guinea pig and he did the funniest thing."
Aw.
I don't know that anyone plays with them or they do anything. You just hear about when they were purchased and when they die.
Yeah, well, that's why his daughter didn't love it.
Yeah.
Now, what episode of Sex and the City was he in? He played Sam. It was called Valley of the 20-something Guys. And it was episode 4, season 1.
Wow, right out of the gates.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do AIs have their own language that humans can't decipher?
Mm.
This is according to the source himself, AI.
Oh, yeah.
He said, yes, AI systems have been observed creating their own languages to communicate with each other, though the extent to which these are truly undecipherable by humans is still debated and depends on the specific AI system and context. Projects like Gibberlink have demonstrated AIs developing unique sound-based communication protocols, while other models might be using internally generated numeric or vector-based systems that don't directly map to human language concepts.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And that's it. for
That's it.
Tim.
We'll end on a high note.
Yeah.
Probably they're communicating.
Who needs $1 billion? Like, we don't need anything. We're just going to be in our pods.
Oh, yeah, we'll either be in utopia or we'll be perished.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, love
All right,
you.
love you.